Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to SAC Qualifier for, sorry for the little delay to get started. We were doing a couple things behind the scenes to make sure this tournament runs smoothly today. I am CAJ Man 777, joined on commentary for our first few rounds by Jorian. Jorian, how you doing today?
Yeah, it's doing fine. Again, we suffered for a little delay, but we had to do everything prepared. It's a small HAC as well, so it's actually pretty much like this is the last chance for people to get points. Then we're going to be seeing Map and Meatball for the My Life Paradise. Map and Meatball is you can see you can see Lily, Sheen, Sean, Chomp, the part of Marine Melody, and there's Red. This should be P leader, but I don't remember 100%. But we can check out what we have in from later. But it's gonna be 4 people. Oh no, actually it might not be the one who I'm thinking about. But My Like Paradise, there's more information I can say about them. Cause they're a part of Div 4. They're an OG team all the way back in like 2019 or something. But they have been grinding. They have been playing in SAC for a while as well. The first that they've been, if I remember correctly, was in top 16. And I think they won in Silverback before.
They did actually in qualifier 1 of this season. My Like Paradise ended up taking second in silver, second silver bracket. So that
Hey.
was kind of a big thing for My Like Paradise. And we are going to be having some very, very nice rounds in it. As Jorian said, it is a smaller tournament today. Obviously, this is that last qualifier before our SAC finals. So this is everybody's last chance to get in. possibly get into our wild card spots and then go from there. But for those who win the first and second place, who win the tournament, they basically lock a spot in. And we do have a great map list today. But one thing, Jordan, that's different compared to obviously our last tournament, as we took a little hiatus on SAC, we are now in a new season. We are now in chill season, which means we are probably going to be seeing some new weapons as we get right into it.
Yeah, with new season, we have a new squeezer that's gonna be twin.
No.
Oh, and there is the new stamper.
There's the new stamper on both teams, which Skep and Raze, if you guys watch the podcast, did predict was going to come out. But we also see an undercover umbrella on the side of My Like Paradise, the new one. So that is absolutely insane. I honestly didn't expect to see that today, Jorian. Its kit is not the greatest as we start off on Let's Crab Leg.
Well, actually, funny enough, this is actually a pretty good kit for actually crab like on clam because you can see the giant screen on the bottom going to the clam basket. If you're playing defense on the bottom half, you'll be actually suffocated in gray and Nintendo colors, so you would be having hard vision on the side of map for people. But since you're already in mid, it doesn't really matter. Actually, going to be scoring the first clam soon enough, but they've been defended off by the spouting of Polska.
Yeah, Polska doing a fantastic job with that. Heavy at it, really holding them at bay. We're going to find one. They're unfortunately not going to be able to find the ball, and Mammoth Meatball will get the first score. And it looks like the Inkjet's getting popped on the side of Mammoth Meatball. What a great shot from Red with that Inkjet to take out Polska there as they're looking for more points. Red just able to keep the basket up. This push is not yet over, Jorian. Red choosing to back up, get some positioning here, but looks like they are surrounded. Marrow going in with the Splatana Stamper, the new one there, of course, able to find one, but that push is going to be shut down by My Like Paradise. So pretty solid opening push from Mammoth People, and now it's My Like Paradise's turn, and we're going to be seeing that splatter color screen come out, Jorian, right away with the tactical up top, maybe to try and just control some space, because you have to remember, it is relatively difficult to see your opponent behind the splatter colored screen. So if you want to move through it, you do have to penalize yourself, of course, with that color blindness effect temporarily.
Yeah, definitely, J-Man. But for right now, again, this is the second splash color screen that went over. But because it has such a big radius, but it's so fun. Okay, Gold. Okay, Gold, we see what you're doing there with the umbrella. That's pretty cool right there. Just 2 down inside of Mammoth Meatball. But again, for the side of My Like Paradise, 2 down on their side, but no ball in actually. Seven splash color screen for a third time, which is going to be helping for mid if they go up on the ramp to go to score, but again, they need clam. That's the only issue that they have so far, but we see Red on the side of Mammoth People. They have a clam. They got collected, but is My Like Paradise going for the late game, J-Man?
They might be going for the late game here, but it looks like they're kind of just contesting a lot of mid. Obviously, the storm has come out on the screen. I'm sorry, the screen has come out on the side of My Like Paradise, so they're going to be trying to use this, Jorian, to push up and just keep the members of Mammoth Meatball back. Obviously, that color blindness effect with certain colors is actually a lot worse than others, although if you do get a splat during that, the splat does come out still in that color under splatter color screen. But it really is a great space control tool that was added here in Chill Season. But unfortunately, the members of My Like Paradise not seeming to be able to get anything moving here as 2 of them are going to jump in. And that's going to be a 3-down situation with Mammoth Meatball having massive map control now, Jorian.
With the 3-down situation for Chop and Lily getting that double together, and it says Lily got a bomb kill as well, actually getting a single on the side of My Like Paradise. That's another ball going in for Mammoth People. Again, them going in fully, seeing the beds on the bottom. We see Lily here, and the tactical soon going up as well. If they get the tactical in play on the ramp, they have everyone there too, so they can just go for it to respawn. But Lily going a little bit aggressive, too much so the tactical is dead. Same with the Stamper, but that could be fine actually, as they are going to be respawning. Maybe with less points for the cooler, but no, look at that ball though, J-Man.
Yeah, barely able to get another ball in on time, so that is going to reset the timer, of course, in Mammoth People's favor. But with that last ball going in, they drop their score down to 20, but that is going to be a very tough push for My Like Paradise to counteract. We're going to need to see the cooler screen here. Heavy edits dueling in the corner there. Polska kind of needs to come out on one of these fights with the win as Lily goes down there as well. And Polska moving up with the heavy edit, the splatter colored screen looking like it might want to come into play here as Polska's trying to challenge Red. Wins the fight here. This is a really dangerous position if you are Mammoth Meatball, because now you have to deal with the heavy edit who's up there. The cooler's out. Rye is going to be standing up, and the heavy edit is going to be able to pressure them back, but a really good crab tank on this side of Mammoth Meatball should slow this push down just enough as 3 members of My Like Paradise go down. That is a full wipeout, Jorian, and what seemed to be a solid push coming out from My Like Paradise with pressure amounted to nothing but a single power clam with 40 seconds left on the clock.
They were so close to getting the 2 clams as well. If they was not stuck on the ramp, they would have got down to 40 at that point, but they need another extra ball. But with 40 seconds left on the clock as well, they would have a penalty of 30 as well. So they'll need to gather like 2 more clamps extra from that after. But with 3 down again inside the Magma Paradise, we see the map meatball again helping the ballpoint staying on top, Y on the top, as well on the grave was really well for them. But that's a wipeout on side of Miami Meatball's advantage. They have another ball in play. They're going to have a penalty of only 12, but that's just going to be a KO basically with enough clamps in spot.
It could be a KO with enough clamps and spawn. They do have to kind of stall this timer a little bit, though, because if there's enough on the timer, overtime does not proc, and you see as they jump in and get that other ball, that is exactly what happened there. So Mammoth Meatball taking a very dominant game 1 against the comp ever, as Goldab graciously put it before this game began in our Twitch chat.
But again, going a little bit of information about Mile Paradise, going from them, who is an established team. Well, that's top 8 from Division B and Flutie. This is a pretty high compared to SNA. Super Jump Delta winners. I thought they said Warriors. That would have been kind of funnier. But yeah, for them, we saw them having good advantage on top. Like, they just needed time to warm up a little bit so they can get used to it. But again, for Sponsors Mahi being game 2, compared to Map Naples and the aggression, My Paradise might need a little bit of a scene change or, a comp change, J-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with them bringing the Sunderbrella here. Obviously, splatter color screen is very good, but the one weapon that obviously we talked about Jorian a little bit that has been added into Chill Season that does also have splatter color screen, feels a little bit better, is that foil squeezer. So I would expect to maybe, if we are going to see some foil squeezer, we might see some foil squeezer action in another round, if not coming into this game on Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi, which has also changed, I believe, since the last time we ran an SAC season, with the map just now being bigger in general. Mahi feels like Mahi again, although not Splatoon 1 Mahi.
Well, if you look at the map screen right now, wait, is it updated? It looks like it's the updated version, but just everything is underwater. It looks like it. So
it's been 3 weeks. You're gonna have to. It's been 3 weeks since we ran the last SAC tournament. Cut me some slack.
No, it looks like updated. But if you don't know about the new updated version, everything is just larger. So there's more space to run away. There's more jumps that you need to be worried about if you want to jump away or fall in the water. There is more opportunities for that. Reef slide cancel is doable, but we have a new special, the triple splashdown, and that's going to be great for zones because it's the one small square zone. So if you just stay in the middle, just like something like Barnacle and Dime, like Reef Slider cheats is possible as well still. So you can do either of those two, and you can capture zone pretty quickly. Same with the Booyah Bomb, but really, who plays Booyah Bomb nowadays?
I mean, there's a new S-Blast that has the Booyah Bomb, I'll be honest. I kinda like that, and I kinda want to play it more than anything else right now. But I've been having too much fun with triple splashdown and parries as we get into game 2 here. We are going to be seeing the vanilla Splatana Stamper actually come out, and a bit more return to traditional comps on the side of both teams here as we jump right into it. Now remember, this is Splat Zone's Mahi, and while this map has been changed and it is a little bit bigger, the beginning of Splat Zone's Mahi has essentially remained the same. Until the water drops, it is going to be a very close quarters fight, as Polska immediately on the ballpoint looking for a few splats, and that is an immediate wipeout for My Paradise. A very fantastic start for them, and exactly what they needed to get themselves motivated to get back into this game and get themselves on this scoreboard, Julian, here for the start of game 2.
Just like you say, Jay, man, about Mahi being the same mode until 40 points, it's going to be the same mode of fighting and acting above water, but that story though, we have to talk about that a little bit. And right now with Vi, we've seen Vi pop up from the last one with Crab like Central being on top. They're being the dominant tower they need to be, and we see Green right now on the blaster. Not the new blaster, but the old one, but getting a double as well, getting a triple from mostly Lily now. That's a wipeout on them. Mammoth Meatball got wiped out twice so far, and basically My Paradise playing all defense. That might be a third time now. Where is the ball
possibly a third time. If I'm Mammoth Meatball, you need to launch every one of your members in together. You do have a little bit of time. Unfortunately, another one goes down, and the Inkjet is coming out, so they are going to be able to find at least 2 pick here, Jordan. 3 go down with 1 left on the plat. It is going to be Deco who is pursuing them, but they need to try and neutralize the zone. They're going to be able to neutralize the zone as Deco camps the jump with another jump of My Life Paradise coming in behind, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately, in time, and My Life Paradise is going to lose the zone in favor of Mammoth Meatball here. So they're at least going to be able to put some points on the board and find a massive penalty to My Life Paradise as Red finds a trade, of course, with one of the members of My Life Paradise. That is going to be Deco there, and they are able to retake the zone as the Tactical comes out for Mammoth Meatball. So I would expect here, Jordan, we are going to be seeing that push momentarily, but this Inkjet is going to make that difficult.
With the push being difficult, again, with Vi going up, with Deca going up ledge forming, there's going to be no difference like battle aggressive defense, but it's all going to be on the aim. Like Red got denied on the ball point, the blaster being denied on the ledge farming because mostly of bomb or Miro on the stamper, of course. But we see right now for My Life Paradise, the captain once again Miro trying to find a footing to use the safe catcher, but it didn't look like it's going to be anything. But for Red being on the ancient, they got a kill. That's huge right there. Safe catcher being painted for the zone. They need to pay it soon enough because the penalty is going to be at 15. But no, that's a wipeout, so it might be a KO for My Life Paradise.
And it is going to be indeed, so that means we are going to be seeing Game 3 right off the beginning for our first round. A great match for the members of My Life Paradise. I mean, they were just on an absolute tear, Jorian. You could not stop their push. Deco was being a menace with that Tri-Slosher, and of course, cannot forget about the Inkjet. That Inkjet absolutely devastating for the members of Mammoth Meatball there, and popped at just the right time to keep Mammoth Meatball at bay as we move into tower control Manta Maria for Game 3.
I don't want to really say anything about gold for Game 1 because with the Cinderella, like it might have been a fun pick to just have it starting for a stream just to say like, oh, it's a new season. But honestly, for that weapon or just with the spot color screen, but no, Sunder. That actually would work out with Tower Control Manta because it is Tower Control, it is a small map, the spot code screen to just go all the way past the checkpoint, and you can just annoy them with torpedoes just like C Junior. So if they want to put that off again, it could work out, but they need to have the aggression or they need to play more defensive against Mammoth Meatball like they did in spots with Mahi.
Yeah, I think what if you are Mammoth Meatball, you are going to want to put maybe a more unconventional comp against My Life Paradise, against something standard, because it just seemed like My Life Paradise had just the one-up on them when they went back to more standard comps. You want to throw something at My Life Paradise they might not be ready for, whether that be another splatter color screen to help push this tower in tower control, or whether that be, bringing out a triple splashdown, because even if that gets canceled, it's kind of hard to even trade. You get a lot more trades with triple splashdown, more so. And while I think we might not be seeing it between either of these teams, at least in round 1, it is something to keep in mind for future matches for both of these teams going ahead into the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to decide mind on it. But you said before about the S-Blast with the Booyah Bomb. That is possible to be in here because usually people, what they do is a machine. So maybe it's a possible pick that they do S-Blast 91. With the Booyah Bomb.
Honestly, I think 91's got such a good kit for tower control. It literally is the Grim Range Blaster of Splatoon 3 without being called the Grim Range Blaster. And with the 2 fire modes, I think the S-Blast 91 actually gives you so much more potential because it's not a set range. You have 2 different ranges that you can essentially burst cancel from, and it's super nice here as we see the comp come out of My Life Paradise being a bit more standard, but no, actually a more standard comp as well on the side of Mammoth Meatball once again. Mammoth Meatball, of course, in the orange here. My Life Paradise in the blue as we get into Game 3, our last game for round 1, Jordan.
But things being standard this time, we see a wave pick on the side of gold this time, not anything like before. No new weapons this time, I said before as well. Red button gold, 2 down on the side of My Life Paradise, 1 on the side of Mammoth Meatball, but they have the range advantage on the side of My Life Paradise right now. The ball point is still alive, but the ball point on the side of Mammoth Meatball is gone. Gold's getting a double now, but the wave pick on point. There's going to be a good defensive point for checkpoint.
Oh, it looks like Mero was trying to get the sneaky kill on the goal, but they do end up finding the pick onto their backline, so that is going to be massive for Mammoth Meatball as Mero running in, looking for the crit, finds it, and absolutely destroys Gren on the side of My Life Paradise. And Mammoth Meatball, I like this more aggressive push. They are controlling the bunker as Red is going to be popping jet here, which is going to unfortunately punish Polska again in that corner. And now Red calling out another coming from that flank. So now at least the members of Mammoth People are going to know that there is one there, Jordan. And now Red is going to have to pick up the flank on the tower as they deal with Volbev, who is currently struggling to deal with an Inkjet, a Trizuka shooting them from the one side there. But eventually, the members of Mammoth People do find themselves down here, Jordan, and that is essentially a very delayed wipe for them, so they're only going to have at least 2-3 members coming off this initial respawn. Well, My Life Paradise has to take a lot of space back first, Jordan.
Well, you can say that was sick for the last 30 seconds where you were talking the whole time. Goalie got eliminated by Red, but again, like you said, with the delayed wipeout, there's going to be 2 members on the side of My Life Paradise. Well, no, meatball going to the side of My Life Paradise, but we saw Red again sniping. Trying to be on corner, the tries also going down, the wave pick still going up once again. Once they get to the second checkpoint, really, for Mammoth People, it's going to be more or less a sweep, or going to be more defensive play as he had it before. But when Malik Paradise, it's their turn. They have some stuff inactive, but they have the Viper being down. That's going to be huge, so they can get seen from behind. The bomb's going to be on top of the tower, and just going to be above. No kill denial, but that's going to be green to avenge the kill. Maybe a double coming up soon. That is a double right there. They can get the first checkpoint, J-Man.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get the first checkpoint, and a great tower. Oh, that was nasty! A very quick flick direct from Gren there, doing a fantastic job of just barely avoiding that and finding another pick as now My Life Paradise on the roll here. Should be able to take lead as now Mammoth Meatball is on the back foot, Jordan, and I love the positioning here as the Inkjet comes out from Polska, looking for maybe one pick, finding a lot of chip damage, but not able to find any kills there as the checkpoint is getting stalled, at least for the members of My Life Paradise. Polska, the last one left alive, at least finds one in the trade and is going to retreat very quickly here, Jordan. A very solid play from My Life Paradise. The push is exactly what they needed, and Polska in a power position right now, just being an absolute nuisance, so the members of Mammoth People cannot get back to mid fast.
Polska is being a saving grace, getting a kill off extra for a little bit more points. Goldby on top and going on the left, going into 2v1, playing in the stack and getting a trade up in the end. That's so much distraction on the side of Mammoth People. Decker just waiting for a sneak and see if they can find anyone, but most likely no one's going to be there because the Stamper is going to be right behind. And we're going to see Red Valley Deco, but again, they need to be focused on Stamper, but they're dead. So that means, again, for My Life Paradise, they can push up with the cooler as they can put it out. But who's on tower?
I'm not entirely sure who's on tower. It is going to be Gold Lab, so the custom duelist coach is going to be riding the tower once again as My Life Paradise looking for another push here, Jordan. And now Chomp finds themselves on the receiving end of an unfortunate trade against Gold. And Gold finds another! Just standing still. I'm not going to roll into your shots. You're going to mispredict where I'm going to roll, and I'm not going to press the button. That's exactly what happens. And now Gold with the Wave Breaker on the mask. This is incredibly dangerous. If you are the member of Meatball, that is such a power position for the Wave Breaker on this push. That is a wipeout as the checkpoint is going to get killed here. There is one more chance. Gold not going to be able to stay on the tower. Is going to be able to actually just barely avoiding the death to the bomb. And My Life Paradise is going to take our round 1, 2-1.
Goldby's positioning on the map, it's a dominant stance honestly right there. That's appealing fear in Mammoth People, and that's what happened right there. But at the end, we have to talk about the Inkjet snipe. That was a full-on Inkjet snipe right to the body from Polska Vibe with the support of Goldby. Just having that powerful stance and the Waybreaker having extra damage to them, they just full-on flipped the script on the side of Mammoth People from game 1, thinking that it's going to be easy. No, not at all. They were just playing a little bit fun. They were just playing the new weapons. They wanted to see how it plays off for a new one. That
was incredible pressure from My Life Paradise. They found the push they needed and they got it. So that is going to be absolutely fantastic for them. So a great start if you're My Life Paradise. Mammoth People, obviously a great match between these two teams with My Life Paradise coming out on top for this one, but a very fun match to start off our qualifier for tournament. As we take a look at the bracket for our round 1, some teams, any team that you see with a dash here on our bracket does have a bye for round 1. We do have a bit of a smaller tournament today. So Secret Elixir taking the 2-0 over Breakdown, Star Squids taking the 2-0 over Zest Fest. Serpent Turpin Blue Velvet going to 3 with the Birthday Brigade. Happy birthday, by the way. Noah taking the 2-0 over Blaze. Michael Jackson taking the 2-0 over the Howdy Hat Pirates. I love that team name, by the way. Michael Jackson and the Howdy Hat Pirates. Those are just good team names, just in general. And Tapwater taking it 2-0 over Distinct here. So that actually is going to do it for our round 1 games, Jordan. as we get set for our round 2, we are going to be seeing Breakdown versus Ink Black.
Yeah, but talking about again for the group stage for round 1. For meatball, like now for round 2, they have a bye, but my like players has to be battling Eggshells, and for Eggshells, they're mostly the top seed of the group, honestly, with being Div 4. But for my like player that's being in the Div 4, like no, Eggshells Div 3, my like player is Div 4. But this could be a really good match if they play it off like they battle against Mammoth Meatball. But again, they need to worry about the sniper, which is the actual what I'm thinking about on them. But for Breakdown versus Secret Lecture, that's honestly kind of surprising that Secret Lecture won against them 2-0. Because Breakdown is pretty good. But
oh yeah, but Breakdown is a solid team. What I'm really surprised at, and we don't have it here, and if I recall correctly, I'd have to look back at Qualifier 3, but I don't believe Eggshells has played My Like Paradise yet. So that's definitely going to be a match to watch out for if you are a fan of My Like Paradise getting into it. I could be wrong. They could have played in Qualifier 3. I'd have to, like I said, I'd have to go back and look. But getting into our round 2 here, Jorian, going to see Breakdown versus Ink Black. Now, Breakdown, a very solid team. We've obviously, you've got your standard fun stuff here. You've got your NZAP on the side of Ultra. You've got Maxim, who's got your backline with ballpoints, ZF Scope, and the Snipe Rider. But something that you're going to want to watch out for on Breakdown, we talked about it a little bit, Foil Squeezer. And there is a player on Breakdown who can pretty confidently play that Foil Squeezer, and that's going to be Nia. On the side of Breakdown. While they do have, obviously, Vanilla Shot, Vanilla Dualies, and Stamper in their repertoire as well, that Foil Squeezer might come in kind of handy here. It's going to throw maybe a little wrench in the plans if you're Ink Black and not ready for it.
Yeah, but for the side of Breakdown as well, like you see other people like Ultra Yeet and Toxic Yuri. Toxic Yuri, I think for the watcher that they have for Breakdown, they might have a watcher of Nia, Ultra Yeet, Toxic Yuri, and someone else, but I don't know exactly 100%. But the side of Ink Black, what they had before, they have pretty recent people. But we see the watches for Ink Black. We see the watches actually for the side of Breakdown. It's gonna be C, Nia, Maxim, Ultra Yeet. So it's gonna be. I think if I remember Ultra Yeet, they're gonna be playing combo. But for the side of Breakdown, we see Neptune, IB, RG, Total Store, and Myad. Neptune's gonna be playing the Zap, if I remember correctly. Total Store is gonna be having a backline, and it's going to be too aggressive. And also, one thing to notice: Ink Black is a college team.
Yeah, Ink Black is a college Splatoon team, which is really cool. You love to see it. We love to see our college Splatoon teams getting some work here and putting some work into a higher skill cap tournament. So I'm excited to see how they play against Breakdown, who is definitely going to give them a very challenging match here. As we get into Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge, I mean, immediately, I think we are going to be seeing, like, I mean, we genuinely might see the Squeezer come out from Breakdown game 1 here.
Oh yeah, 100%. because again, Splatoon got on the checkpoint, easy distraction, but it looks like we see the Sunder again. Sunder.
Yeah, we got to see the Sunder, and we are seeing the Stamper. I believe Stamper Neo, Stamper Deco.
Neo, Spy Sauce, Platana, Stamper, and also we see the end parries.
I have to learn all the new weapon wings. Yeah, we do have the end parries come out. So Nia obviously bringing a triple splash down to the table. If you're Ink Black, now you gotta be worried about every jump that comes your way. It could be a splash down now, and you wouldn't know. And Nia gonna be putting in some work immediately. Unfortunately, they are gonna be going down to a trade situation, going from both sides of Max and looking for a couple picks with the Inkjet, finds some damage, but is not able to find anybody. Now Max is gonna pick up that Rainmaker. Unfortunately, the members of Ink Black able to at least hold strong as Max is now gonna be able to at least push up a little bit, but there's still gonna be a lot of pressure as the Crab Tank from East coming on to the pit flat area of Ink Black is gonna make them kind of a nice distraction, which should allow Breakdown to get that first checkpoint, Jordan, and they do.
Again, we talked about distractions as well, the Splash Color Train come out to the Rainmaker, but again, we never really talked about the catch for Breakdown. They do have the Crab Tank come from the side of Ultra Yeet, who has to talk to Miss, who will be slowing them down, and they have, okay, that's a DC from Ultra.
That is a DC, unfortunately, on the side of Breakdown. So I don't know if they might be playing it out. Nope, we are not playing it out. We're going to be moving right to the replay. I feel like for that, but that is well within everybody's okay range. Maybe Nintendo just said no, you can't, not now.
Hi, Ultra.
Too many new weapons in the lobby. Shut it down. That's what Nintendo said.
Maybe.
My experience with joining into a game yesterday when the season started and being paired with like 3 unparry dualies, I looked around and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be painful. It was very painful.
Oh, it does make sense because again, the MPV Duos is more or less one of the more popular and easy kits that everyone wanted to play really because it comes from S2 and everyone loved the S2 kit anyway. So
I'm so disappointed it didn't have inkjet though. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was like, oh, if they bring MPVs back, they're gonna give it curling bomb inkjet. I personally, my ideal dually kit would have been to give it burst bomb inkjet. I would have loved that.
yeah, that would have been real.
Because
That would have been real good.
I think that was like the old Splatoon 2 beta kit for the dualies at the time. And then we got the curling bombing chip, which was cool. But then when they revealed the M-parries and it's like, oh, it has triple splashdown. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But after using it a few times yesterday, it's a really fun weapon to play.
What the Thunder? What the
Thunder
should have had?
What
People should have had. It could have been good for the V-Bucks, but what the Thunder be cooking though? The Thunder for Bella players, they never had a good Bella for a while, other than the Inkjet for the regular Bella. But for the Thunder, this is more relating to S2 as well, being with the Condor with Ink Armor and Torpedoes. So if you think about having a armor kit again, this is the one for you. Which for the support players, we do miss
and
that.
I gotta be honest with the Thunder Bella too. Giving a torpedo, and the thing with the undercover Bella is that any assist or kill you get brings your shield back. So having a torpedo, having that little bit of chip damage is so nice for being is so nice for the Thunder Bella because you can do that. You can get your shield back. You can be a little bit more aggressive with the Thunder Bella. And that's super nice as we get our replay started right away here. Obviously, no comp change from either side, but possibly a different start here as now we see Mia moving to the right side of the map on the top of your screen there, looking just in the pit at the moment, looking for an engagement as he's coming out with that crab tank, immediately going to find a pick onto Wyatt. Might be able to find 2 here with the burst. Is going to be able to find 2. Solid crab tank from the Stanford Star our game.
Yeah, that's a new start in the game with Ultra actually getting double on the crowd pretty early, and also with the Empires going wide, trying to go for triple shots pretty early. That's a Rainmaker cancel immediately, but with the Bella on the Thunder from Toto, they're going to be forcing all of Breakdown actually to run to the shield, but nope, because they can go to the left, they can go in, but Ultra is going to be stuck in the screen and die immediately.
Yeah, and I think that's something people, as chill season develops, Jordan, that's something a lot of people are going to have to develop. As you move through splatter color screen, yes, you take a little bit of damage as you move through the splatter color screen. Yes, you get that color blindness effect, but it's really not a threat. It is an area control space, and we saw that there as Breakdown was forced to the one side, which actually allowed the members of Ink Black to funnel in from both of the sides, using that screen as cover while also providing a distraction. And it allowed Ink Black to get in the position where they are now, where they have this Rainmaker, and they are able to push up for this checkpoint as another splatter color screen comes out. That is going to force Breakdown even further back. As you see Toto follow in behind, not going to be able to find the pick there. Sees if they can find the pick on the Neon here, not going to be able to. As the Rainmaker struggling right now against Yeats, who through all odds somehow got through everybody and just said, hi Rainmaker, bye Rainmaker.
Yeah, basically just what happened there was Wyatt was left all alone on the Rainmaker. You saw them alone pretty much for a little bit 50 seconds while everyone was going ahead, but then when everyone's going down, they just get killed off. Really, let them go and be for the first one with the Rainmaker breaking onto checkpoint. But for Ultra Yeats, again, them taking from behind, they went from the right and then they went to the left. They're going to be the one sorting it out so many times. But also for the inside of the club, with another Thunder spot color screen coming up soon. Now that's going to be the 3rd one in the game, most likely. It's basically the new junior of Bubbles.
Yeah, I honestly can agree with that. I do think Bubble has its place as Wyatt looking for a pick on the Ultra Yeats. Unfortunately hits the wall there as 2 members of Breakdown seeming to engage with one of the members of Ink Black as Wyatt looking for the triple splashdown coming on the side. Wyatt looking for at least a target there, and of course it was going to be Nia there for a moment. And it looks what I really like about Ink Black here though is, while as I say that you go down and Wyatt's gonna jump out, what I like is I love their patience with this splatter color screen. And look at this, they're using it as a massive defensive wall, so the members of Breakdown can't just run in on them. That's what you have to do with splatter color screen. It is a great tool for offense and defense. If 2 members of Breakdown go down, Maxim gonna go through the wall. We actually get to see the effect as well, as Breakdown is going to suffer a delayed wipe, so this is going to be a chance for Ink Black to break that checkpoint as they need to here, Jory, and there's still 2 minutes left in the game. And you see at the bottom of your screen there, Yeats taking out the splatter shot once again on Ink Black here with the Rainmaker following up. And they might want to go the short side here, it looks like, as the Stamper comes in. Oh, no one was aware where Yeats was, and Yeats is playing the Stamper perfectly. He's going to jump out, and Ink Black once again going to leave the Rainmaker. Even with the wipeout there, Jory, and not making enough ground here.
Auto jump good for Will, that's just what happened. Another splash down coming in and getting a kill off Neptune on the shot, but again, another kill on the that's a zap. That's another kill on the Sunder. The points are going to go all the way down to maybe on the 40 area because the pillar is going to be shut down by the Rapid Blaster on the side of Ink Black. But for right now, there's going to be another pop again, 2 down on the side of Breakdown, and there's going to be another splash color screen for the 4th time now. Total Star is going to be picking up the Rainmaker because everyone else is going to be the most aggressive as it can. We do see the Inkjet ready on the side of Ink Black as well, but again, being alone together with C and Nia going down, C going down as well. No splashdown, no cooler on the side of Breakdown actually, but there is Ink Black who's going to be chipping damage with the Inkjet. What's going to happen now, J-Man?
I mean, at the moment, if I'm Ink Black, I need to push the members of Breakdown back, and they can start that, quite nicely with Yeet going down as the triple splashdown comes into the middle there. You see Nia jump out and maybe get a little bit of chip damage there as the members of Ink Black again push back into this corner, Jorian, and they're just, even with the picks, they're not able to get anything going, and it's really unfortunate for Ink Black because they're getting the picks they need when they need them. They're just not playing aggressive enough as the Zuka's going to come out and find nobody. The splatter color screen is going to slow down. Now, if Yeats is smart, they will roll through the screen. Oh, no, they're not going to be able to. So if you roll through the screen with the Crab Tank, you are not affected by the color blindness effect that you actually see here as Ink Black now is looking to push the Rainmaker. However, Ultra Yeats looking for the pick on the Rainmaker, not going to be able to get it. Got a little over-aggressive, but a bomb will finish off the members, possibly even the dualies of Ink Black, and Breakdown will be taking game 1.
Nia coming in the end to play the defense, but that was really good. And also at the same time, Ultra Yeats on left. They were just playing distraction at that point, so that's a pretty small pick for both of them, and that's how they got the first point, really. But really, Ultra just sneaking the whole time, being the shark, and just getting the kills, playing the defensive on Crab as well, but mostly we saw the whole time they were playing the main aggro. What the side of Ink Black they need to do? They need to worry about Ultra more than anything. Nia is more of the skirmisher than anything as well. But again, that's Breakdown's first point of Rainmaker on a closed up map. For Clambers of Mako, it's all open in the middle. So all the Clambers are going to be going around, swinging a little bit on, the stacks. There's going to be on the far left, far right. There's going to be 2 spawns in your base, if I remember correctly. But all the spawns are going to be coming out at least every 15 to 20 seconds, so if you better get your clams, better get that balls fast. So you can go for an instant KO, but you better aim down on the defensive point as well.
Right, if I am Ink Black, I am looking maybe to try and punish Yeats as much as possible as you get into this game, because Yeats was playing their Stamper and their positions with their Stamper absolutely perfectly. But something you're also going to want to be mindful of as we get into Clamblitz Mako Mart, something so dangerous on Nia's side, on the side of Breakdown. Triple splashdown. You can throw it on top of ledges because those 2 extra fists spawn to the front and slightly to the sides of you. So you can actually put those triple splashdowns on the top of ledges while you're safe below a ledge, or vice versa. You can splash down on top of the ledge and have the other splashdowns move across and over the ledge. You can go through walls with it. You can go up and down ledges. It's actually quite dangerous. And on Clamblitz Mako Mart, where there's a lot of places to jump off from certain points, there is an opportunity here for triple splashdown to make a huge impact.
And the funny thing is about triple splashdown as well that people hasn't really been doing in tournaments in the past 2 days. Actually, from when I was watching it, you can jump with the splashdown and go for a big range KO basically. But at the same time too, I think you can still cheese it as well with a ball. So it should be fine if they do it. But no one is actually going to be doing that. We see IBRG going in with the Tenta missile of the paintbrush this time, a new weapon as we're going to see. But we see Nia again with the end parry dually splashdown. So we might see the cheese coming up for the side of Breakdown.
Yeah, but at the moment, it looks like Breakdown looking to take control of the map as the members of Ink Black are forced back to their stack. That's going to be a 2-down situation as Yeats with the cooler looking to build another one. And I like the patience here of Breakdown, Jorian. They're not They are just currently waiting to get a ball. They're just trying to get some picks here as they do find a trade there as the Inkjet, as the Bazooka gets popped here. But Toto able to find one with the Sunderbrella. No, not the Sunderbrella. Actually, normal undercover as we just see the reach slider in the top right of the screen here. I would expect maybe Toto to throw this reach slider in if they throw this ball, but we're going to have to see as Maxim now popping that Inkjet is going to be a priority for Inkblack to take out. But Maxim finding nobody with that is still going to have that cooler buff. And now Breakdown looking to push up. Mia unfortunately gets taken out there. A ball comes in as the members of Inkblack looking to move in. Not able to find anything there as Yeats kind of doing a very solid defense with Maxim there on the two power cleanse that they do have. And now that there's two members of Inkblack down, this is the moment for Breakdown to move in. And Yeats should be able to get the first score of the game. Is going to be able to. And they do find the splat on the paintbrush, leaving their Enzap. I'm sorry, not their Enzap. Their splatter shot currently the only one alive.
And actually, one thing to notice about for the side of Big Time and Black, what you said before about Total Choice being the better undercover brawler, that's going to be with the mines and with the beef side that we saw before for Toto, but they didn't get a kill off, so it's not really good aggro play. But on the side of Breakdown, Ultra's playing the Zap this time. They're not playing Stamper, so they're playing a little bit of a slower approach and a more cool spam kind of way, which saw them really have a good crucial attack as they made it down to 31 points. That's going to be 3 balls and 4 small claps.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment though, if anything, I think the Stamper that we were seeing from Yeet is actually switching them to Enzap actually is a bit more of an aggressive playstyle, Jorian. Not as much of a slow pace, because once you get that cooler, you can basically just push up on a free win. You have a free respawn essentially in 1 second that allows you to do basically anything you want. But there is chaos happening on the spawn of Inkblack right now as Bazooka gets popped. That's 2 going down. Yeet's going to be the one with the ball playing the support. That's another 3 down for Inkblack, and once again, Breakdown dominating the up front on Inkblack. They should be able to kill their penalty here, and they are going to be able to find some more points here. And now it comes down to the members of Inkblack. And we clear the spawn, and unfortunately, Jorian, if they're not able to, as 2 members go down once again. Score down to 3 now, and that is it. Breakdown just said, nope, you are not getting another chance to push out, and that is game.
100-0 to Breakdown against Inkblack, so they basically just shattered the mirror that Inkblack had against them. This black color shield that they had against them didn't matter at all. So Breakdown wins on this 2-0 now. Wow.
Also, shout out to everybody using the salute emote. I like that new emote so much. That emote is like my favorite emote of the season, and you get it at catalog 10. So that's a W in my book. I love it. I will never take that emote off.
Makes sense. There's a lot of new emotes in this game, and in this new season, that's really cool, really zesty, really funny. But again, we have to talk about the match though. Again, we don't see a game in 3 Barnacle and Dime, if I remember correctly. It's going to be best of 3.
I need to double check. But yeah, I believe we are not play all 3. I believe we are indeed best of 3 here. So yes, it is indeed best of 3. I had luck conveniently. I always have the rules document open on the side in case I get confused on anything. Because besides being a commentator, sometimes you also got to be staffed behind the scenes, and that's just how it is sometimes. But that will actually do it for our round 2 game, as Breakdown going to be taking the 2-0 over Inkblack, getting a little update on the bracket. Distinct taking the 2-0 over Howdy Hat Pirates, Tapwater taking the 2-0 over Michael Yaxon, and Serpent Turf taking a 2-0 over Blaze. There are still a few games that we are waiting on, so while we do that, we're going to take a very short break. And we will be back with round 3. And round 3, we will be seeing a very fun match. We're going to be seeing Serpent Turf versus the Birthday Brigade. So we'll see you in a bit.
Welcome back, everyone, back to HSC Season 8, Session 4, Qualifier. This is going to be the last qualifier you're going to see until the finals in December, later this week, most likely, or later this month, I mean. We're
I
going to be
actually think
seeing...
it's next week.
Oh, well, okay, it's next week then,
I
so be
actually
sure
think
to
it might
watch
be
that.
next week.
Then be sure to watch that. We're going to be seeing Surf and Turf versus Birthday Brigade, not Benefic Brigade this time, because it's Noah's birthday, so happy birthday, Noah!
Woo!
But yeah, so Surf and Turf again is right now, if I remember correctly, it might be 1-1 on their set, or maybe 2-0. It looks like they are 2-0 on their set, and for Birthday Brigade, happy birthday, Noah! It's going to be 2-0 as well. So this is going to be deciding for the top seed of Group E.
Yes, it will be deciding between the top seed, as two of them are both 2-0. And going from this as well, Jordan, this is a different setup than our normal SSCs. Now, normally we would do a top 16 in this tournament, but considering this is the last tournament of the season, this is your really last chance to get wild card points, your last turn to essentially win the tournament. This is usually the tournament that we end up running a top 8 in. So we are going to be moving right from here to top 8 once we get everything set up. But there still will be a gold and silver bracket today with that. As we get into these matches between Surf and Turf and Birthday Brigade, we are going to be seeing starting on Tower Control Hagglefish Market. So a classic Splatoon 3 map mode combination, followed by Rainmaker on Crab-like Capital. And if we need it on that game 3, heading to Clamblitz on Scorch Gorge. Now, earlier, we did see a Clamblitz game on Crab-like Capital. Obviously, Rainmaker a little bit different, Jorian, in that regard. As far as Hagglefish goes, this is the first time we are seeing it today.
And at the same time, too, we saw Clamblitz on Rainmaker last round, so it's going to be different for Clamblitz if those codes if we need to see the game 3. But for Tower Control Hagglefish, yeah, this will be the first time we're going to be seeing it. We're going to be seeing a lot of people trying to go for the right, but mostly if you get off past the second checkpoint, you basically have the whole sweep, you have the whole landslide right there. But again, for Tower Control and Hagglefish, well, no, Hagglefish in general, trying to come up yesterday. Do you want to know how many like it was so many times that Hagglefish got picked as a counter pick for this map because it's so even, so flat. Like basically you can go for sneaks for any kind of weapon that you want. Like it's pretty simple of a map.
Hagglefish it's a very, honestly, I would say Hagglefish is more of like that flat, almost port mackerel like stage, right? There's like a couple main flanks in those routes, but they are pretty easy to defend once you know them. Where something like Crab-like Capital, we have way more routes to go, and then even more so on the new map, which unfortunately we don't have in our map pool, Robo Ramen. That map is so good. I know we've been talking about like chill season a lot, but we really should be focusing on this. But I'm kind of disappointed we don't have Robo Ramen, at least for this tournament. Although obviously that's a huge adjustment for teams to get to immediately. But I would have loved to see it.
It would have been fun to see, honestly. It's possible that it's to be seen, but it's all in TOs, all on the mappers. Again, if you want to try out new stuff, it's better to just do it in Squim. Most likely everyone did it in Squim before, yesterday or 2 days ago, just to see how it plays out and all that. So it's really good for the future, like, you know, SOS coming up Wednesday. That's going to be having the new pool most likely, hopefully.
Yeah, and as we get into this match, we could talk about Surf and Turf a little bit, because yesterday or the day before they played Level Up, and they actually did pretty. They had very solid matches here, as we're gonna see it. They won to Mox, Kiki, Mar, and Didi. They 2-0'd Super Team 5, 2-1 Potato Tech, Axiom, and Pose, and lost 0-2 to Half-Life. So honestly, this is a team that has a lot of confidence underneath their belt, as we are going to be seeing immediately, Jorian. The foil squeezer has arrived, our first one of the day.
And also that's what's only one on the side of Surf and Turf, funny enough. But on the side of Birthday Brigade, we see the same old comp, but we do see. Is that Imperators or that's Splatoon? We're going to be seeing that look like that's Splatoon. Unfortunate, but honestly for the side of Surf and Turf right now, again with the aggression power of yesterday with the Splatoon coming up as well, we're going to be seeing them trying to go for the first checkpoint really, but there's going to be a double on the side of Birthday Brigade. Again, the range and the aggression power is going to be really huge for them, but they need to watch out for Eli.
Yeah, Eli up top with that ballpoint obviously is going to be a threat that needs needs to be taken care of as that ballpoint on the glass. Any Hydra or ballpoint or Charger sitting on that glass is a dangerous game as the Birthday Brigade now making their presence felt here as they retake mid. Looks like Eli having to fight maybe a 2v1. The flank is called out though, so Eli's going to retreat. Is it going to be enough? No, they're going to wipe. Unfortunately, Eli's drop might have actually just cost them a lot of points. Now Serpenter has so much map control and all 4 specials ready at the moment. Joyan as Chrissy popping the Zuka, maybe looking for one, finds nobody there. The splatter color screen is going to make it so Birthday Brigade cannot really push out of that little sneaky area up in that top corner as now Serpents are looking to make their presence felt as they move into it. Nice pick from Goudreau with the F-Blast there. Looking for the second one, unfortunately, is going to get stalled out there as now the push seems to have stalled for Serpents and Dorian as Revo looking for a pick, finds one, still somehow alive.
This is crazy thing that we never even noticed at all when we were talking about the whole thing with Server Turf. They have all the new weapons, they don't have a cooler. That's what Birthday Brigade has in difference, but it doesn't really tint them out right now because again the kill deficit that we see for Server Turf, it's way more huger than Birthday Brigade because Birthday Brigade, they need to wait a little bit, they need to play more defensive, they need to play on the spotting, but no, on the side of Server Turf, they don't need to worry about that at all. They have the full aggression, full power, they have the double Booyah from that plus 91 and the Booyah Bomb from the sausage machine, but again that's going to be straight face and center. So killing everyone else on the side of Birthday Brigade is huge, as we saw Chrissy getting the double.
Yeah, can we just talk about how Chrissy just walked up to the tower and just said, no, you get off, and had nobody shoot at them as Chrissy finds a very fast triple kill just out of nowhere. Chrissy just did not care and said, you get splatted, my tower, goodbye. The amount of confidence that you have to just walk in and do that is insane. As Surf and Turf once again puts Birthday Brigade in a 2-down situation as they start to retake space here in the middle. Jorian Magnus now looking with that splatter color screen, with that foil squeezer. It's a little bit of damage, but is going to have to retreat as the inkjet gets popped.
Yeah, I want you to know, Chrissy got a quad. Yeah, we should just mention that too. For the side of everyone's spam, they got, well, Eli got just left. They got trapped in the splatter color screen, even missing a little bit of lag there too. But it doesn't matter because for Eli, he's getting the double. They got double, they're just going to get 3 down on the side. Of Server Turf soon enough, so they need to be defending a little bit more back to Splash 91 going from the side of Goudreau is going to be playing under that tent. They're going to be waiting for a little bit longer while the Splash is going to be coming and reviving and playing for Server Turf, but they have a crap on Birthday Brigade. What do you think will be happening right now?
Well, with Birthday Brigade having the crab, obviously they just popped 3 specials. They popped their inkjet cooler, and they have not popped the crab, as that crab actually is going to go down. And it was really important for Birthday Brigade to find some picks, and they were only able to find 1 there. So this actually is going to put the favor in, obviously in favor of Surf and Turf, and now Surf and Turf, with a couple specials at the ready, is looking to retake that space in mid, and they are going to be able to get it very effectively and very quickly. Jorian, with the Booyah Bomb at the ready as well, they have a very good defensive option. Splatter color screen is going to delay Birthday Brigade a little bit more, as it's now going to force most of the members of Birthday Brigade into that sneak there as Steven tries to throw a fizzy bomb and it just gets bonked on the tower. Steven using that Booyah Bomb at the last second to stay alive. Gonna throw it at their feet, looking for the pick. Does find the one there as once again Serpenter makes it to that second checkpoint, but neither team has been able to break the second checkpoint yet. But it doesn't matter because Surf and Turf, with over 4 minutes in this game, has dominated the front line of Birthday Brigade.
Yep, this was shows the aggression power. Crab just getting immediately shredded by that splash with the Booyah Bomb. Again, 30 seconds on the clock left. Any kill matters, any health matters. Just black color coming out again. Eli is not going to be. Eli actually barely passed over that black color screen, but it's going to might be killed off on the respawn. But again, Goudreau versus the black color versus the inkjet, and actually either them survive. But again, the new weapons actually get killed off by Surf and Turf. 9 seconds left on the clock. All we need to see from the side of Birthday Brigade is what we saw right now with the 2 down situation. But the dually going down is going to be a little bit more harder. But the Booyah is going to be, say, GG, well played.
Oh, maybe the Zuka coming out. That is going to force them off the tower. They do find it. Steven goes down, though. This game isn't over, but unfortunately, nobody on Birthday Brigade was able to get on the tower in time. So, yes, they are going to fall there in game 1 as Surf and Turf just put on a dominant performance with no tacticooler, mind you.
No tacticooler. This is seeming like something they did before. Maybe it's something like Low Ink, where they just playing new weapons just for fun. Or they're just thinking like, oh, there's a new weapon, we should try playing it. They just did really good with it, and that's what's happening again, most likely. So
yeah, that was Surf and Turf taking the new weapons to some insane potential. And something that's really good about the new weapons is that the Sunderbrella and the Foil Squeezer, we've known Splatoon 3 for a while to be a very fast-paced, heavy favored shooter game. In terms of the comps that get brought out, obviously you see the tactical cooler ends up get brought out a lot. You see the bucket ends out, or you see the bucket with cooler get brought out a lot. The tri-slosher with it. You see obviously double splatter shot. We've seen double T-Tech. So we've seen a lot of shooters with a mix of cooler here and there. We've obviously had our staple backlines. What Foil Squeezer does and what it can do, and what the Sunder can do, is it slows the pace of the game. Because it's now making your opponent think, do I run through the screen, take a little bit of damage, and maybe be met with 3 people on the other side, or do I want to push myself around it? And the fact that Splattercolor's screen, even though it's not immediately that threatening, over time, because of the amount of area it covers and the amount of presence it has that has to make you aware of it, it changes the decision-making of players who want to play more aggressively. And that is super good if you are a team that can capitalize on that like Surf and Turf did in Game 1.
I can fully agree on that, but now as we're going to go on to maybe going to have like Central, Capital, not Central. Well, technically it could just be Central because, you know, the Waymaker is going to be the central point of the whole game. Do you think they're going to be running it again? Or are they going to have a cooler this time?
I don't think we'll necessarily see the S-Blast 91 come out here for Rainmaker, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do still see that Foil Squeezer on the side of Surf and Turf as a comp change, barely on the side of Birthday Brigade there. However, Surf and Turf opting to go back to the Vanilla Squeezer, so we are going to be seeing that, the double Inkzuka come out with that Splash Wall, and Gudra opting to switch from the S-Blast to the Range Blaster here, which honestly, I think is a solid pick with that Wavebreaker.
And we have a regular Squid as well, but again, 2 down and melee on the side of Surf and Turf, 3 down on the side of Surf and Turf. Nako on the shot. It's going to be playing defense with the Waymaker going down, and that's going to be the cooler. We see the Splats really have the Wayne, well, actually have the Crab, they're going to be playing the Crab now. No Inkzuka for more defense as well, but we see the zone cap for the Waymaker, so they're going to be having a full defense on that area now.
Yeah, Surf and Turf already kind of put themselves in a rough situation here. Maybe it looked like one of the members of Birthday Brigade almost fell off the map there as a lot of pressure is coming out. Chrissy just in a terrible position right now, though, just says, nah, I know exactly where you are, and you are not hiding, as the Rainmaker tries to get a couple more points, not able to, and Eli barely able to escape there as the members of Surf and Turf were breathing down their neck, Jorian. They absolutely smelled that squid there, and they wanted to take them out almost immediately, as now Steven with that Rainmaker can be using that great to their advantage, falls into the Inkzuka, takes 60 damage, barely avoids the second one, and the third one just finds no purchase there, as now members of Surf and Turf looking to take this graded platform there, and almost very similar to what happened when Birthday Brigade was pushing it, no one watching the person below them, and the Rainmaker gets taken out immediately.
Bad situation comes to ball. Chrissy once again being the last one alive. And they actually get the Waymaker cheese again on the pedestal too, but mostly together. For Steven and Chrissy together, they're most likely going to be pushing it up if they want to. Again, Steven could be pushing it up with the Zuka in play. Chrissy does get a Zuka kill one, maybe get in another. There's going to be a wall kill, there's going to be charger, yet it's going to be a 1-on-1 situation now.
Yeah, it's Foil Squeezer versus Splatter Shot, so they can actually opt to just stall this out as much as they wanted to, and you saw that's exactly what Surf and Turf was doing. But meanwhile, the members of Surf and Turf all jumped back in because no one wanted to attack the Squeezer in a 1v1 scenario. As Chrissy looking just to grab a couple more points for Surf and Turf, they're able to, but unfortunately, in return for that, they are going to wipe, and that could be very dangerous if you are Surf and Turf here, because now you have just given the members of Birthday Brigade very good presence, and the Crab Tank is always coming out here. Gonna find the assist onto one, needs to find at least another one here up on this top, and it looks like they spotted out, Revo spotted out Steven, but Chrissy once again behind gets taken out as well. The lead, however, has not been gained on the side of Birthday Brigade, and they do have the weapons to pop this. They only need to get a few more points, and Revo's gonna move up to try and make a distraction onto Steven, but Steven wins the fight as the Zuka comes out. They pick up the Rainmaker, and they're still not able to take the lead.
All because they went on paper grade. They mostly just need to be wanting it for the show, but they do want it for the show just in time, making it to 36 points. So, really for all that's left for Birthday Brigade, just say you play defense at this point. But for the side of Serpent, they have the Zuko ready. They don't have a range blaster anymore, so they can't do chip damage on range because Guju went so far ahead against everybody. But the Zuko kill because of Chris's help, and that's going to be a double down on Birthday Brigade. The Gold Motor going to go left this time because it's going to be more open, but it's going to be only the dualies and the shotgun being played, but the shot actually killing off 2 of them. So it's going to be huge with the Zuko coming in play as well. It's most likely for the side of Birthday Brigade, they need to play a little bit more slow. They need to be playing against Zuka, but no, never mind. They just got delayed wipe.
Oh, and unfortunately, they do get a delay wipe, and in return as well, Birthday Brigade goes down, and this should be a lot of points here once they make this jump. Oh, not as many points as I thought it was going to be, as they're not quite able to get up this ledge, as Gudra just is having this pedestal constantly painted, and they're not able to find the kill on Revo. Finally, they do, but the jump is still being shut down. That's 3 down. Now Gudra's going to be able to make the jump. They're not going to be able to get any more points off it, though, and Surf and Turf wipes out. Birthday Brigade holding a strong defense here.
A little bit joke about just aim a situation happened and just move, just swim kind of situation just happened right here. But honestly, again, but a minute left on clock with nerves going on that left pedestal. Again, that jump is pretty hard. If you want to try to squid jump on, if you try to squid roll on it, which everyone tries to do for it, just for a little bit of punch. But honestly, it makes for a little bit more shield too. But again, as you say about shield, Eli had just shut off Steven's shield, but the BSC came in play. But they made up to 12. Again, the BS slows down the comp for the side of who plays it off, but again, with 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, all they need to do is 1 for Surf and Turf. Better to go to swim path, but will they be able to do it again?
Oh, doesn't find 1 on that first Zuka. It looked like it was going to pick up the slat, and it does there. However, as another member of Birthday Brigade goes down, they are going to lose the Rainmaker, so they do have to waste time to repop this Rainmaker. Magnus looking to win the fight against Eli is not going to be able to win that fight. 7 seconds left on the clock now. This is Surf and Turf's last push, and the hardest thing about Crab-like Capital, as Chrissy, the Rainmaker carrier, is the only one left alive. The hardest thing about Crab-like is it is so hard to push the Rainmaker on this map unless you have a team with you. As Chrissy now getting the don't retreat message, Birthday Brigade continues the aggression, and they are going to take game 2. Jorian, we have another game, another set, going to game 3.
Wow. That's going to be 3 game 2s in a row. There might be a game 3 in round 1 of bracket 2. Wow. This is
We did not have a
definitely
game.
for
We
sure
did not have a game 3 on our round 2 stream game, but
well,
I like it.
we don't talk
like
about we don't talk about that.
I like Splatoon. You know, we always will approve more Splatoon around here, as we are going to be getting everybody set to move into Clan Blitz Scorched Gorge next. Honestly, that was such a back and forth game, Jorian, between the wipeouts on the early side of Birthday Brigade and then Surf and Turf wiping out as they tried to make that push up the left side. It's just so hard to push the Rainmaker on Crab-like Capital. You really have to rely on the Greats for a lot of that. I mean, Inkjet's great support. You can clear off as much of the area as you can, but there are small little inkable boxes you can jump on with the Rainmaker. But what it really came down to at the end there was just who could get it up the Greats further, and for Birthday Brigade, they were able to. And while the Booyah Bomb was being popped on the side of Surf and Turf, as they even got that push further to 12, the distraction was there with the Inkjet, where the Inkjet was applying a lot of pressure, and it kind of allowed Birthday Brigade to get up to that spot of that 12-point mark, which is really hard to beat. And as you saw with how hard it is to push, and Chrissy was the only one holding the Rainmaker, so obviously one of their more aggressive players holding the Rainmaker, that did kind of hinder Surf and Turf, I feel, on their final push, but they didn't really have a choice with 5 seconds left on the clock, Joria.
Yeah, it was more of a panic situation in the end, but did they make it work? They tried their best at least in the end. Again, it's a difference of Tower Control and Mimicker. We saw for Tower Control actually that it's more of a staggered mode, but for Mimicker it's more of a aggressive, proactive kind of mode. But now we're going to go to Clan Blitz Scorched Gorge. It's more of a staggered defensive mode. We're mostly going to be seeing that as plus 91 coming in again.
If there is a map mode combination today in our map list that I am 100%, like, I would say, I see this map mode combination, I would 100% say we see a splatter color screen here. 100% I would say it was going to be Clan Blitz Scorched Gorge. So let's see if I'm right getting into it here as we see the comps come out on both sides. Not too much changing on the one side. No foil squeezer, I am disappointed. Oh no! I think splatter color screen would be so good for defense here, especially with the fastest position as Birthday Brigade. Opting to run, again, more of a standard comp, and once again, we're seeing that double Inkzuka come out on the side of Surf and Turf, but we do also have that custom blaster, Jorian.
I thought we would pass the Splatoon 3 meta of 1.0, but I guess not. We're going to see Surf and Turf going into the bazooka to trying to aim following the mid, going all the way to the basket. So it's a really good play right there, just to pinch them all the way into a corner for the side of Birthday Brigade. But for again the triple splash, and they're just going to go full in. They're going for whole area defense for the side of their but for Birthday Brigade. They're trying the best to go from what does a break. Let's just go it again. In that kind of situation, we see Serpentip going for all the special words, and then they're going to try to push it in. But again, do they have clams?
They did have clams, and they do have a ball, but unfortunately, the splashdown was only able to destroy the crab and not get a lot of damage. However, Chrissy moving in on the flank finds the pick onto Eli. Can they find the pick onto Revo? No, they're not going to be able to, as Revo backs Eli up very quickly. And now, Birthday Brigade, with Cooler at the ready, they're tossing clams. They're just getting a position so their backline can get the ball. As the Zuka comes out, Revo looking for the pick. There's still one Zuka shot left, though. He lives, but unfortunately does not win the engagement, and that is going to slow Birthday Brigade down a little bit. As now Serpentard able to retake a bit more of the map. One down on each side as Marco, or not, sorry, not Marco, Narco finds the pick on to one of the members of Serpentard. 3-down situation now, and you know they know exactly where this last member of Serpentard is. As you see the Ingzuka coming out, this is going to slow down the members of Serpentard, as Ingzuka, I believe, picks up one on that top snipe area, that corner snipe. And now Birthday Brigade able to get that first score with that Jorian. They do need it. I would like to see them get a few more clams in here, though.
Yo, look at that. It's going to be clam respawn. So we see Eli here going to be putting down the score to 59. It's going to be a pretty okay start because you need to have 2 clams and an extra small clam to get the lead now with size different there. But actually, it might be happening once again. Well, anyways, because we see the pity ball already coming into play. Guja just needs 2 more clams coming from mostly the ball left uninkable area, and then we're going to be seeing more or less the lead right now. But if it's a triple splashdown, most likely Guja might be ready for a jump, and then they're going to be going for the whole range attack. There's going to be 2 specials ready for the side of Jump right now.
Yeah, but potentially that might be what they're going for, but we also have to give credit to Kudra for even if they can't get a pick with the blaster, we have to give credit to Kudra for the point sensor. Point sensor, I don't think people realize it in this game as much as they should. People do not like being tagged with point sensor at all. And the fact that you put point sensor on a blaster is terrifying.
Yeah, basically you're going to be tracked 100%, but tracking 100% doesn't really matter if you're all cluttered up together. But in that term of Eli with Birthday Brigade, it's more of a defensive play, and that's why they got 3 down against Surfer Turf. So now they could be pushing up again, and getting back is going to be huge because no shot there. There's going to be another ball coming in on the side of Birthday Brigade.
Yeah, and Eli in such a dangerous position here with the ball point now pushing into their plat. I think Eli might have just gotten all 4 of them there as the clams are flying in now for the members of Birthday Brigade. Serpent Turf does not have a lot of time left on the clock as 3 more clams are coming in. More clams are going to be coming in on the jump, and if they can't do this, that's going to be it. Birthday Brigade just said, no, Serpent Turf, you don't get another chance. We're going to push it on the plat, and it's going to be over. And it exactly was.
Man, happy birthday, Noah. You're going to be first seed in gold bracket. That's all we can say now. But
yeah, that was a very dominant performance from Birthday Brigade there. Eli getting across the grates was probably the worst possible thing that could have happened to Surf and Turf, because now you have their longest ranging weapon sitting on top of your plat, and you know, because you have to drop down into your pit area on your plat and then go back up toward your basket, your pedestal, your cage area. The fact that you have to go downhill, there's a ball point at the top of the hill that you now need to push up still in your own spawn is so dangerous. And obviously that played very well here as Eli was able to move in essentially uncontested Jorian, and Birthday Brigade takes our 2-1 over Surf and Turf.
Yeah, and with the 2-1 victory again, as I said before, Birthday Brigade is going to be first seed in Group E. But for everyone else, Blaze and Blue Velvet, most likely, they're going to be silver. Blaze is going to be first seed in silverback for them. Persistence is going to be first seed on the side of Group C. Top order, and Distinct. I think they all have first seed as well. Eggshells is going to be first seed as well for Group B. And Secret Elixir is going to be first seed, Group A.
Yeah, so we're, our top seeds, Secret Elixir A, Eggshells B, Persistent C, Tap Water D, and obviously Birthday Brigade in Group E. So that obviously will do it for our group stages. All of our games have now finished up as we were just waiting on the stream game. So while we get bracket set, Jorian, we're going to be taking another quick break, and I will be joined by you for our round 1 as we get gold bracket set to go.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to SAC Season 8, our final qualifier. We are about to get rolling into Top Cut. I'm here with the lovely, amazing Grace. I can't believe, Grace, we're commentating together after 2 years of knowing each other. Is this the first time? I think it is.
It's definitely the first time. This has been a dream of mine for many eons, and by many eons, I mean probably 2 years. I have no
serious?
concept of time. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Since I've begun commentating, I'm always like, I wonder when Skep's gonna be free. And you're a very, very busy person, so I haven't been able to.
I'm gonna explode. That's so moving, Grace. I'm so excited to commentate with you and have a good time for SAC. Yeah, for context, Grace and I are both head TOs of SOS, so we work together a lot, but we for obvious reasons of both being in charge of the tournament that we run together, we've never commentated.
Indeed. Listen, I think SAC is a pretty perfect one for us to commentate together, though, because you also run that. You are quite the powerhouse. But, oh my god, we're literally getting into the first game. But I also want to say, there's a lot of crossover with SOS and SAC players, so I, for one, recognize Eggshells, and I'm happy to see them. Actually, maybe we will not be getting into the first game. It's not loading. Oh, it did load. Okay, cool.
Getting a little ahead of yourself there, Grace. I'm excited for this match in particular because I am a big Eggshells enjoyer. When Ray's and I were doing our first SAC podcast, Eggshells was like, please mention Cookie Run. So here we go, Eggshells. Cookie Run champions that you are. I hope you're as good on that foil squeezer as you are running them cookies.
And it seems that they are so far. I mean, we see BB here already get a pretty good pick on the Star Squids' gal here. They're going to be popping, I mean, the strikes as well. They're running up here to try and make a push, but P Leader, which is probably my favorite name of all time, is going to get taken out.
Yeah, Eggshells 2 down. They are going to have an opportunity to marinate here. But it does look like they're maintaining positive control of mid. If this foil squeezer turns around, the Zap wins the 1v1. Star Squids has an opportunity here to paint up, get their bearings. Eggshells has lost control of their clams. So I am a little bit nervous with how long we're chilling in mid. This is a map that I do believe you want to get from plat to plat as quickly as possible. So if things go the way I expect them to, Eggshells is going to be in control here very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that new wall that flashbangs you, essentially, if you walk through it, that wonderful new special. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to take hold in mid here. And we don't see them pop it just in this engagement, and as they say that they are going to go down, but they do take out 3 members of the Star Squids here, Skep. Those missiles are going to kind of disorient them, but they do have 2 power clans online ready to make a push.
Now, I'm not going to say I'm psychic here, however, I am a little bit. Eggshells here definitely going to get the first push with that Queen and that Ravebreaker, which is a special combination that, honestly, I wasn't expecting to see come out today. I really like how that Scream layers with that Wavebreaker. You can't jump over the waves if you don't see them before it's too late. Eggshells here doing good work. They do know that they want to maintain control of Star Squid's plat for as long as possible, so I don't think this push has come to an end yet, Grace.
I mean, we're going to see these strikes come out as well to try and push them back a little bit, but it's not going to work super well in Star Squid's favor. I mean, again, we see the members of Eggshell pushing up, coordinating really well. P-Leader out here again is going to get some more clans in. That wall as well is going to disorient the members of the Star Squids. And they're going to get all the way down to 15 remaining. It doesn't look like they're going to have any more clans online, though, to further their push. But that is quite the push here, Skep.
It is, especially with the stalling power that Eggshells is going to bring to the table. I do think those missiles are going to be excellent in dislocating the leader and playing around that screen, given that missiles don't need line of sight in order to be effective, right? But regardless, getting the 15 remaining is extremely devastating, and Star Squids will need to make their pushes quickly.
And like you said, quickly as possible, because they're going to pop their lovely cooler right now. The Wiper's going to try and make something happen. They're going to get a few picks, but 2 members of the Star Squids are going to go down in the process. There's going to be 2 power clans here, but one of them is probably... Oh, Blue did try to get the other one there, but they are going to end up going down. We see CJ here laying some groundwork, painting around mid, and it looks like Eggshells is going to take back control of mid.
and managing control of the clams too, right? That leader being the force that Star Squids are going to have to dislocate, but that's extremely difficult when you have coolers running at you, keeping you on your toes, keeping you back. I do think the nature of this map, like I said earlier, is plat to plat. The longer you are in mid, the more likely you are to lose control, and that's just what I'm seeing out of Star Squids. It's hugging that right side, hugging that ramp, their opponent's ramp, and taking their time with it. I don't think this is a map where you can take your time.
That's very, very true here, and I mean, we are going to see them go 2 down, make that like 3-ish down, a delayed 3 down situation for them, but they still have control of their plat, and I think a lot of that has to do with the Star Squids not quite having a grasp on the clam economy, if you will, Skep. Yumi here is going to try to make a little play in mid, but that's going to end up being 3 down, just the E-Litter back up on the side of Eggshells, and the Star Squids are making a push.
They might make me eat my words here. You gotta keep in mind that that Wiper is gonna have beacons down on that plat. 30 seconds remaining and not a lot of points left to go. Those strikes come out, pushing that leader back. Blue, in a moment of courage, does get P-Leader. 3 clams left. If this Rapid and Ari can get up there and dunk those, they can stall this out, Grace. But that's it. No more clams, or no more players underneath that basket. That's gonna close out Star Squids having a limited amount of time to not only form a power clam, but get back underneath that basket.
We see the members of Eggshells realize that they just need to stop them from getting a power clam to like make the overtime start, but they went around mid, they grabbed all of those clams to not let them get a power clam, and the first game here is going to go to Eggshells pretty convincingly.
2 pushes. That's all that was. Both teams, once they got underneath that basket, they were successfully able to draw that out for as long as they could until they couldn't anymore. That pick from gosh, what was their name?
Blue?
Blue, yes, to get that leader in that moment, I was like, gosh darn. Like they could take this here, because that leader was that stopping force. They were that last player left standing whenever whenever Star Squids tried to successfully push. So that pick was huge. Unfortunately, the Rapid couldn't get a cross cut. That happens, you know. You're a little Rapid, you can have trouble painting your feet, but a good solid push. I could definitely see the vision there.
Yeah, and I'm very interested by the comp from Eggshells. I really like the idea of, like we said, with the wave breaker, the screen, but also E-Leader. I feel like it can be very saucy if you don't know where the E-Leader is coming from, because that's usually your only line of defense when you're up against a really powerful E-Leader, which we do see in P-Leader, also Red.
Yes, I know them as Red. We've played Sendo Q together a couple of times. I'll never forget meeting Ren. This is back when this is back in Colo before Sendo Q. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember
that. I walked into the lobby and was like, "Hi, my name's Skep. I played Blob, Nova, and Clash," which I recognize as very skepular. And Red was like, "You're joking, right?" Like, legitimately was like, "Nah, what do you really play?" It was a lot of fun.
I think it's really fun when you get to see people's growth, and I think that happens a lot with SAC. I mean, it can be across seasons and also just across the scene in general. This opening here is going to be very interesting. We see that same squeezer again from the side of Eggshells, so I'm here for it. I'm happy to see these new weapons getting some playtime.
Not only that, but I'm happy to see that I'm now beating Raze in the poll. We did take a bet on the podcast. The loser has to tweet which weapon shows up more, the new dualies or the new squeezer. I am a squeezer enjoyer, and I am now winning. Thank you, BB.
BB here is gonna get a really good pick, as you said that as well, and they're gonna get a nice trade there too. But that is probably gonna let, as we see the Star Squids take the hold of the zone there. That screen is gonna push them back quite a bit. We see Minty there in mid. I think is under the effects of the flashbang that is that screen, and the cooler is gonna pop on the side of the Eggshells, and they're gonna try to make something happen and take back this zone.
Yeah, and the Wiper does go down on the side of Star Squids. You can see Minty, another moment of courage coming up from Star Squids, coming in, getting the leader, getting the squeezer. It's just CJ left standing in there, forced the back. Star Squids extending their lead.
Listen. It's looking pretty good for them right now. I mean, the Zuka is gonna pop, but you cannot paint the zone with Zuka. So, listen. They are going to lose it a little bit right now here. We see that screen come out, which is going to help them paint the zone. But the screen itself cannot paint the zone here, Skep. We do see members of Eggshells try to drop onto the members of the Star Squids, and that is mostly successful, though, in getting 2 of them down and trying to help their hold. They do get a wipe here. I was waiting to see if they were going to pick off that zap, which they do.
And what is that screen going to be good at? Stalling re-engagements. What is that leader going to be good at? Picking players off as they try to re-engage. So I have a strong suspicion, especially given that the counterplay around screen is still young and developing, that Eggshell's hold is going to be strong here, especially with this wave breaker coming out.
I am always here for the combos here, but Eggshells is not here for it because 2 of them are dead. That is very sad. We do see P-Leader here kind of try to hold in the reins. They do get a pick there, but they are going to go down. The Wiper here is going to finish off more members of Eggshells here. They're kind of scrounging around down here trying to not get picked off themselves, and they are going to take out that Wiper step, which is going to be really great at trying to keep their hold onto the zone.
Right, but the Wiper does have those beacons to work with. I'm unaware if they have placed any, but Eider is a phenomenal player and who knows how to play that Wiper deco, so I'm sure that they have. No, we are beaconless! Beaconless! No!
Alright, this is very tragic and upsetting. We see the members here of the Star Squids kind of paired up together. We see Minty and Blue in this little corner trying to get some picks, and Minty is going to get 1, which is huge on the squeezer, but the 2 other members of the Star Squids are going to go down in the process. The Eggshells here, they have indeed got the lead at this point, and their hold on the zone is pretty solid.
Ooh, getting caught mid-air. The vac does come out from Star Squids, but we're relatively even in terms of players. That's a wipeout! BB, the last player standing, getting that recap. Red's gonna have an opportunity to set up good here, and there's not a lot of time left for Star Squids to break back in. They have to run. Minty goes down. Eider works her way in, gets 2 picks, but can't neutralize the zone. That is game 2 in our quarterfinals, going to Eggshell. We are rocking and rolling here, Grace.
Oh my golly goodness. And this is a best of 3, Skep, so that's it. That's all the marbles. Eggshells here is going to be moving on, which is, again, very impressive. I mean, their hold on the zone was always very good. We saw the combos with the specials, especially the new special, the screen, which, like you said, you expected to see it here on that squeezer.
Raise, you ready to tweet? Where your doolies at, Raise?
Listen, we did see it, I think, maybe
we
once
saw
or twice?
Twice
Okay.
today, yeah. And I am keeping track, for those Squids and Octos at home that are curious on how many of the new weapons that we have seen on stream today. I bet you are. Patch was 2 days ago, which is fantastic. We have seen the Neo Splatana Stamper 3 times, the Foil Squeezer 3 times, both Sunder and End Parry twice, and the brand new Octobrush Nocto, S-Blast and C-Blast once, respectively. So very, very exciting to see all these new weapons coming out. Raze did suspect that it was going to be those 5 to 8 seed teams that were going to be bringing out those new weapons the most, trying to get their higher seed opponents off guard. But Eggshells is a team that has been in contention for the wild card slot, and I think they just sealed their ticket to finals, Grace. Actually, they did, because their opponents aren't playing. So, or the wild card slot center point system, Eggshells has done it. They just qualified for finals. So, let's go Eggshells!
Let's go Eggshells! Listen, it would be amazing if they could finish off this lovely qualifier winning it. I mean, they've already qualified at this point, so they could drop, but I'd be pretty upset if they dropped. That'd be a little mean.
I would DQ them.
From the finals.
Goodbye, you let me down. No, I want to see them win it. I'm gonna be so real. It was so cute. Like, they had just formed at the start of the season. We're so enthusiastic in the Twitch chat of
Aw.
our first podcast. They DM me frequently for no reason, and then they DM me to apologize for DMing me for no reason, which is so cute. I love it. That foil squeezer brought a smile to my face. For real, Grace.
Do you think that they listen to the podcast and are purposefully playing it for you?
No, because yesterday's podcast had the lowest viewership numbers out of all the podcasts.
I'm so
Also,
sorry.
Squeezer has a very high skill floor. So if you're picking up Squeezer for me, you got something you want to say?
It's a very romantic gesture.
One second.
Yep is thinking with their big brain.
I am
which is
thinking.
massive. But we do see here in round 2 the little scrappy round 1 because of drops. Love Battlefy. Is gonna be finished here, so that's pretty cool. It's gonna be 2-0 for Birthday Brigade. Happy birthday, Noah. Was it Noah, right?
Noah, yeah, happy birthday,
Yes.
Noah.
Happy birthday, Noah. If you win, we will sing happy birthday for you.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
bet.
my god. And then Tapwater is going to take 2-0 against Surf and Turf, both of which have been having very good runs. So I'm happy for them to be in gold bracket.
Oh
Sad
my
to see Surf and Turf
gosh.
go, but happy to see Tapwater, you know.
Yeah, Surf and Turf is one of those teams that has just been on the rise lately. Consistently up and up. They've been around since our low wake days, right, Grace?
Yeah.
Oh man, you love to see it. I do want to just shell a little bit about an important event coming up here in my new home state of Arizona. That's Sunset Surge. We are going into the 3rd Sunset Surge this December, hosted by the amazing Pepe from Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. It's coming up on December 16th. That is a Saturday. There are familiar faces that you might not expect to be attending the LAN in Arizona, flying in from out of state. So if you have an opportunity to sign up or just come and spectate, I really recommend it. The amazing people at Campfire Esports have just always been so warm and welcoming, and they did even order cherry limeade for me to sell it, so it's personal now. They stocked it for me. Can you believe that, Grace?
Wow.
So you can follow the Sunset Surge Twitter account for more details, or just go to the Discord. Please sign up. It's gonna be so fun. We're doing like a white elephant thing. There are things that I can't announce, but you can trust that they're good.
Oh.
Like, yeah, Pepe tells me a lot of things about our lovely little event going on here, and I am so lucky that I host a LAN in Florida, or local in Florida, and come out to Arizona, and bam, we got one. So if you're in California, you're in Utah, you want something to do on a fine Saturday afternoon in the middle of December, pull up.
Listen, I will be unable to pull up because I am in Pennsylvania, but I will be there in spirit.
That
Also,
sounds like a skit you then turn into the stream.
oh my god. I guess I will. No, I feel bad. Is Surprise, is it really called Surprise Arizona?
It is. Yeah.
Who named it that? Surprise!
Arizona. No, it's interesting. It's outside of Phoenix for context. If you don't know where Surprise is, it's to the west of Phoenix. I'm learning all these cities out here, Grace. It's crazy. It's very rural. There are new roads though, so it's becoming more urban there. There's a little Mexican restaurant next to the venue that's open 24 hours.
What?
Which is all I know, and there's also like a emergency care. So like
Oh,
And, like,
so-
if you pop off too hard, like, they got you.
Listen, those are the essentials. Splatoon land, Mexican restaurant, and then
Yeah.
virgin carrot.
Yes, correct. And just like seeing this event grow and change, and how much care Pepe is putting into it, and he'll get mad at me for gassing him up this much. I'm gonna get a DM, I guarantee it. But it's just amazing seeing a new wave of leadership in our scene just decide that they want something to happen and putting in the work, putting in the hours, you know? I don't know how the rest of it goes, but yeah, Sunset Surge, shut up. You won't regret it.
You better tap in. If you are in Arizona, you better.
Or
come.
in a nearby state.
This is
Grace
true.
and I are gonna take a little bit of a break so we don't blow our voices out, and also I don't make a larger fool of myself than I already have.
Oh.
But Eggshells moving on to semifinals, and we'll see you in a hot minute.
Oh my golly goodness gosh. Welcome back to SAC Qualifier 4. SAC Season 8. Qualifier 4. We're in semifinals now, and we're gonna be watching Birthday Brigade. Happy birthday, Noah. Versus Persistence. Oh my goodness.
Grace, we did say that if Birthday Brigade won over Secret Elixir, we would sing Noah Happy Birthday. Are you ready?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to Noah.
Happy birthday
to you.
Oh wow. I can't wait for us to get a copyright strike.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
No, I think we were out of tune enough.
Let us know if you like the birthday song, and remember to say happy birthday to Noah in chat. I'm excited about this game because it's good old Persistence. Our never giving up warriors. And if you could slide us back to the roster screen, Elemental, I would appreciate that. Cause let's go, the real one. Cactus has done montages for SAC. A phenomenal person to work with. Always an eager, happy person. Stormy, I have gotten to know it at several lands, and former SOS staff.
Yeah.
So, like, man, that guy, like, known for his hood commentary as well. So I'm just looking at this and being like, these are familiar faces. These are friendly people that I know and trust. And not only are they fantastic players of the video game, but good people. On the other side, I'm very familiar with Ellie and Narco. I had an opportunity to try out for a project of theirs one time, and I liked them a lot. Narco and I still shoot each other messages on occasion. So, like, it's just, I'm just excited about this because legitimately, like, I have good vibes as human beings from both sides.
That makes me very happy. I love when you can commentate a set and you know that all of these players are nice in and out of game. Well, maybe not in game. It's okay if you squid bag someone. Maybe. But it's still nice to know. And particularly Cactus. I have commentated with Cactus before. I'm happy to see them tonight. They're also a joy to work with, like you said, with the montages.
Yeah. We've had so many people donate their talent to SAC this season. And I'm just, it's wonderful. I think you can always admire competitors for being good at the game, but when they're good people too, it's hard not to be a fan.
Yeah, and especially when they do a lot of other stuff in the scene as well, you just get like another level of appreciation for them. So I'm happy going into this. It looks like we're not going to see any of the new weapons here, which is okay. A tear is currently trickling down my cheek, but that is okay.
I don't mind because those are V-Doolies and not Emperies, which means I'm still winning, Rays. Ha! It's Rainmaker Humpback, the snowball of map modes, the closest thing we have to our beloved Rainmaker Blackbelly of Splatoon 2 in this game. It is Birthday Brigade, happy birthday Noah, that is coming in up top in the opening, but this Kraken on that right side might just keep them from breaking the checkpoint.
Oh! And it did! It actually did, which is amazing. I mean, really good play by them there. I mean, we're gonna see the Inkjet as well pop, and it looks like Persistence really has this defense kind of formation down. I mean, the Tri-Slosher looks like they're probably gonna get a pick there on that Inkjet, which is gonna stink here. But we do see Stormy on the shot, kind of camping around that checkpoint, not gonna let them take it.
One thing I do really like about Birthday Brigade's comp, not only is it because they have the V-Doolies and I'm still winning, but they have the V-Doolies for that crab repop with those long sight lines, with that suction bomb. Birthday Brigade with that the double fizzy, double suction bomb, really just putting the popping power in this game. And while Persistence does still have popping power to work with, it's not nearly as much as Birthday Brigade's. That might give them some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that push there from Birthday Brigade. They did push all the way down to 45 remaining, which is nice, but not what you want to see, especially on Rainmaker Humpback, especially here, Skep. I mean, the members of Persistence are good at defense, as I say that they are going to go down 2 members, but not make that 3 members. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
No, Birthday Brigade in control of that elbow. They have that Zuka. Lucio there on that 96, coming in clutch, getting the shot that had that meta-defining Zuka. It's just a Rainmaker left standing. Lucio's definitely going to get this here, and now is their opportunity not only to get control, but to push, especially if they can clear out Narco on that right side.
Yeah, I think getting rid of Narco is really going to help them here on their push. We see the missiles pop as well from Lucio, and it looks like Persistence wants to kind of make a little bit of a push back into mid, but they're surrounded on all sides. We see Revo here on the dualies as I say that they are going to get taken out, but the Rainmaker itself is going to get taken out as well. Birthday Brigade is going to retake mid here, and probably going to make another push with that Inkjet popping by the elbow too.
The main problem that I'm seeing here on the side of Persistence is their speed. They're responding and maintaining control of their territory really well, but when it comes to actually taking advantage of a wipe and pushing off of it, they're always just a couple of seconds behind, and in Rainmaker especially, those seconds can mean everything.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right here. I mean, we see them go down quite often and kind of get picked off one by one, and then it spirals into like almost a pseudo wipe there. We see that a lot. I mean, the paint in mid is really back and forth here, and you definitely don't want to see that if you're on the side of Persistence trying to make a push off of this. That Zuka's going to pop from the side of Birthday Brigade here. Happy birthday, Noah. And they're going to try and retake mid with it. And I mean, the ballpoint's going to get taken out. The dualies are going to get taken out on the side of Birthday Brigade. But Narco wants to maybe push the Rainmaker by themselves.
This is cheeky. They're either waiting to grab that. Oh my gosh, the missiles come out, but Narco's going to run for it. The fizzies, the wiper on their tail. They've successfully baited out the members of Persistence, forcing them to chase that fish so that way the remaining members of their team could flank. And look at all the points that they're gaining off of that big brain play. 14 remaining. None for Persistence on the board. They do have their work cut out for them with the time that they have left.
And I mean, they're going to try to do what they've kind of been doing, which is slowly trickle into mid and try to retake it paint-wise, special-wise, but that ballpoint's going to go down like as we just saw, and make that the gal as well, and the wiper here is getting a little bit isolated. Lucio, we do see the ballpoint try to come in with them, but they're going to jump out a little bit to try to maintain their elbow here, Skep. But I think you're absolutely right that they're a little bit slow on the retake, and that's kind of hurting them here.
Yeah, it's the problem with Splatoon 3, we like to call them Tetris block maps, but I don't really think that, is like how quickly can you go from choke point to choke point. You really want to be in mid on most maps in this game for as little as possible. And I feel like that's the problem that Persistence is running into. They might be playing a little bit of Splatoon 2 in their brains.
That's an interesting observation. I really like that because, I mean, Persistence has been playing together for a lot of Splatoon 2 as well.
Yeah.
And it can be a hard transition. I mean, of course, this game has been out for like a year plus now, but you still kind of have that hardwired into your brain here. We're going to see the Inkjet get a trade here, and the rest of Persistence is going to get wiped out. Asan here is just going to grab the Rainmaker.
They're taking a drip pick.
They're taking a drip pick in mid. As we said, these people are very nice out of game. Sometimes not so nice in game, but I think that's okay.
It's the TMM, the toxic mid-level mental coming out here on our final qualifier. You know, but I'm gonna be so real. If there's anybody who could take that, it's Persistence. Like,
real.
They'll throw it right back next game. You took a drip pick, prepare to be bagged. Like that's that's what Persistence brings to the table. And you gotta respect them for it. They know how to take heat and toss you right back into the frying pan, you know?
They love to dish it and serve it, even to each other. I've seen multiple occasions where Cactus and Stormy each other and throw hands on Twitter, which, you know, I think it just shows their love and their bond, so I'm here for it.
You know, I like my teammates like I like my mushrooms. Toxic, like... no, I mean, we treat each other with respect, but it's important to respect each other as competitors. Respect is a foundation of sportsmanship. I don't want to make too much fun of that, but I think these players can take it.
Listen, I think that makes you a pretty fun guy that you think of you He makes like mushrooms.
Not the fun
Fungi.
guy allegations. Oh man, I can't win.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my golly goodness. We're gonna head into Clamblitz on Museum.
Mm-hmm.
you
This is
think-
a concern.
Oh, okay.
Because we talked about marinating in mid. I brought this up last set. Clamblitz Museum is a map mode where you want to get to plat as quickly as possible. I feel like I feel like that's easier on Humpback than it is on Museum. And so honestly, looking into this, Persistence has to prove me wrong here. That they're not marinators, that they are grillers, if you will. And go. Like, go. Book it. Turbo. Godspeed, soldier.
Do you think that there's anything that they could change, like, comp-wise, or do you think it's more in the gameplay that they need to make adjustments to?
Player behavior is typically my first go-to when VOD reviewing or studying or analyzing a game. I think player behavior is far more determinant of an outcome than comps ever will be. There's nothing about Persistence comp other than the lack of hopping power of that game that screams slow, right? They're running 96, they're running ballpoint, which is meta because of its viability. It's meta because of its versatility as a backline. It is an aggro backline. You don't sit there and look pretty with ballpoint, you know? So I want to see them play the weapons that they're playing and just be the better players. And I think that they're absolutely capable of doing that. Knowing who they are. But Clamblitz Museum is a map mode that punishes the marinators. Punishes the chill. Punishes the slow. Step on it.
Yeah, for as much as I've played against Persistence, which has been many bloodbaths ago, which it typically is when I face Persistence, they usually play pretty quickly, I feel. So that's why I was a little bit surprised that they were a little slow on the uptake, slow on the up and up, if you will, getting into mid, making those pushes, and kind of maintaining mid as well, on Humpback. And I think you're really right that Museum is very similar to Humpback, but a little tougher if you're failing on Humpback.
I wouldn't call them similar. I mean, I guess, yeah. You have that one entrance way on that left to go through cut to get onto plat, just like you can hop over on the left side on Humpback. You know, and while that's important, people don't really do it. And then you have the ramp on the right side. Like, geometrically, like, yeah, I can see how the layouts would be considered similar. You know what? I take it back. Yeah, you're right that I'm right. It's, how do I put this?
They're cooking. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's boiling.
So there are map modes that our lovely gamers like to look at and go, huh, Tetris block. I understand. And then there are map modes that they're all the same, okay? All the maps are the same. I hate to break it to you. They're more likely than not the same. And like the way that I personally view this game is, can you take a series of choke points and maintain them? The stuff between the choke points typically does not matter. And on both of these maps, that is mid. So that being said, like, get out of dodge, you know? Like, if you get a white, excuse me, go.
Do you think it's the name of the game is not like spending as least amount of time as mid as you can, like even on neutral, like you want to be on those plats?
Yeah, definitely. Huge. Yes, correct. You want to get your feet on their plat as expeditiously and efficiently as possible. And then if you have to give up basket, say you run out of clams, you keep your feet on their plat for as long as possible. The moment somebody steps down that ramp, steps down that right side, right? Unless they're playing like Machine or V-Slosh or something like that can play under, or Blob even, that can play underneath those ledges really well to maintain control of their plat with their zone and not their body, that's okay. But if I see a shot back up to ramp or a wiper or anything else, like, it just brings a tear to my eye. To my singular eye. Only one eye will cry for you. The other eye will watch your demise. Like, you back. You gave it up. You have to round up a whole other push. You have to get your specials. You have to be ready to go all over again. And it's ain't Splatoon 2. We don't play like that. I don't know.
Listen. I agree with you though, and hopefully, maybe. I mean, we are waiting a bit here because Persistence is looking for a sub right now. Maybe Persistence is tuned in, and or somebody on their team right now is like, we gotta be faster. We gotta be doing what Skep said. The voices in my head are telling me. Oh. And then maybe they will do so because they definitely are capable of it. Like you said, their weapons. That's the name of the game with their weapons. I think maybe they're just feeling out Birthday Brigade a little bit, and maybe they didn't really know what to do. Rainmaker can be tough as well, because if you play too fast, you risk losing the Rainmaker, which we did see where they were trying to make a push happen. They didn't paint up mid quite as well, and then one of the members of Birthday Brigade, happy birthday Noah, ended up taking it and running it all the way down to like really like 14 remaining or something, I forget, but crazy. But yeah, oh, you got it.
Yeah, no, I was getting a match dispute. By the way, if you want to be staff for IPL, or you want to commentate, like, I'm just saying that we are always accepting applications at iplabs.inc/help us. Yippee-ki-yay.
I'm literally going to put it in the chat right now. Please do help us. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see which member of Persistence is subbing out as well, because that plays a lot into... Oh my god, it's literally on screen. Elemental is my favorite person in the world. Oh wow, 4 thumbs up. That's good. See, Elemental wants you to apply, so that means that you legally have to. So sorry. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what member of Persistence is the one subbing out, because that could have a lot to do with how much faster they play, especially because if you have a sub, you're not gonna coordinate probably as quickly as you would have liked, so that might be a bit of Persistence's downfall here, but I'm gonna stay optimistic and interested in what will happen.
They did pull a sub off of the SAC list. I believe this is Phantom from Mirror Illusion. Let me just double check.
Phantom, the lovely Swimmer Sync staff member?
Yeah, hold on, I gotta make sure.
No way.
Yeah, it is! It is! Let's go! Yeah, and it's Phantom, from Mirror Illusion, a consistent SOS grinder and tournament grinder, and this is definitely a player where they're not gonna get nervous, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and I think that they can play fast. Like you said, they had a streak where they played every single SOS for like 2 or 3 months or something, which is crazy to me.
I think, yeah.
So they are dedicated. Our biggest supporter. They like SOS more than I do, which is quite
which says a lot. But you know, if our staff members play our tournaments, you know, it means that that they know what's going wrong, that they're sympathizing with you, you know, that they're leveling, that they're learning how the tournament is running. I personally love it when our staff play SOS or SAC, if SAC had staff. Anyway.
We are struggling out here.
It's been a day.
It has indeed been a day. Something I was thinking about that past match was how ready Birthday Brigade was to push. And I think that's
Yes.
so important on Rainmaker especially. And also, I mean, we're gonna be seeing clams ? Unless my memory is like an old man, which I might be an old man. I do find that my bones are very brittle. No, yeah, it's clams.
Go on.
And like we've been saying, like these maps have a lot in common. Like we think about if we do get to the lovely Forsaken game 3 here on Mako Mart, it doesn't have as much of the similarities that Humpback and Museum do. So I'm interested to see if Persistence, like we have theorized, maybe is listening or they are talking to each other right now. Hopefully make some changes so that we don't see basically the same thing happen that we do see on Humpback. And if it does start to happen on Museum, maybe they make the change mid-game, maybe we see them adjust. I just felt like Persistence wasn't adjusting as much as I would have liked. It felt very stagnant, you know?
You know what? You and I played Splatoon 2 competitively. We were even on the same team. Which is crazy. Mako Mart, in my opinion, is such a like, I could write a paper about Mako Mart and how it's been played over the years. It was the vanilla of the Splatoon 2 maps, right? Other than Rainmaker and Tower Control, you really didn't see it anywhere in Splatoon 2, but in Splatoon 3, or you saw it everywhere in Splatoon 2, let me rephrase that. Clams was played in everything. Zones was played in everything. The only reason Tower Control and Rainmaker weren't really run is because, gosh darn, it was just so good for Zones and Clams. You can run an entire tournament on Mako Mart, and I feel like that's become even more so in Splatoon 3, not only because it's familiar and beloved by so many of our competitors, but hot take, get the clip ready. It is arguably, in my opinion, one of the most unique maps in Splatoon 3 for the reasons I have described. Choke point to choke point, putting your body forward, holding space. Really, the way I view Mako Mart, yes, you want to hold stacks, it's particularly your stack, for the love of goodness gracious. But you really want to, like a wave, let yourself flow forward, flow back, flow forward, flow back. Don't wipe. Have specials ready. So if we get there, I'm curious to see, because that might be one that lends itself to Persistence experience if they can get through Clemblitz Museum.
Indeed. And I hope that they do get through it here. We're going to be seeing similar comps come out. Double shot, notably on Persistence here, with Phantom on that shot. And running Ninja Squid, I think that was. The Tri-Slosher Nouveau coming out from Birthday Brigade. I'm always here for it. Always here to see a try. We're going to see which team here is going to heed our warnings and get through mid the quickest.
And missiles coming out from Persistence. We have Stormy on this right side with that Zuka. Narco has himself in a pretty scrumdiddlyicious pin, but comes out on top with the 2v1, and now has Zuka ready to go. Birthday Brigade with that coming out from the odds there has found themselves in a dominant position very quickly, Grit.
Birthday Brigade is plowing through these people right now. That was crazy. Crazy plays here by Narco, which is really going to lead themselves to push up here. I mean, we see the Tri-Slosher Nouveau have that power clam in their hands right now. This crab here from Revo is really going to help as well. That Kraken, though, might be making it a little bit tough for them to push up a little bit, but I don't see any picks quite yet from that Kraken. That shot is going to go down, but Revo here is going to score some clams, making their push last a little bit longer.
What was fascinating to me about that exchange was how Revo was using that crab like a baller, just for its durability, just to say, you're not clearing me out quite yet. I play objective too. I loved that exchange from Revo there.
I love seeing people use specials that you think you know, but using it in like a more interesting way and diverse way that helps different situations. If you pop a crab,
3-dimensional.
Yes, 3-dimensional. You think it wasn't the best crab maybe, but then you use it in a way that makes it the best crab ever. Phantom here maybe wants to jump in, which is successful if they can get it in, which they do, making it all the way down to 60 remaining here. I mean, this Kraken here is going to finish, and they're in they're in Birthday Brigade spawn right now, and it looks like they don't want to give it up quite yet. I mean, they have that wall. They can stay there and poke at them.
Ooh, that 96, I believe it's pronounced Icky, being up there, it's absolutely disgusting position. Like, how dare you? And they do manage to get the pick on Ellie because of that, so Persistence maintaining their control of mid, but you know what I see? I see them marinating on that right side. That makes me nervous, Grace.
You know what makes me nervous is seeing Asan go up onto this plat here. As I say that they do leave, so my bad, Asan, for making you nervous. Stormy here is going to sweep around the side of the spinner to try and get a pick, gets a pick on Asan, but goes down as well. I mean, like we said, they're marinating quite a bit in mid, and they're having a lot of trouble getting their feet onto the plat of Birthday Brigade here, and that's going to give Birthday Brigade the advantage that they need to kind of push up onto their plat. But this Kraken in mid might be divisive. Make that on their plat might be divisive.
Kraken cheese.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Oh, but do they manage to get a jump in? Phantom manages to get the jump in. Does get the does not get the dunk. So that is a lot of smoke and no fire there, Grace, coming out from Persistence.
That's gotta hurt. Listen, Revo here sniffs out that beacon, which could have been devastating, honestly. So I'm glad that they could find that there. They have the most clams right now, and they are going to pass it to make a power here, handing it over to each other. That was strange. All the way landing on that ball point. The crab's going to pop here in mid with Revo here. But Phantom is going to sniff them out immediately and take them out, saying, I do not want this crab in top mid. I'm taking you out. Taking out Narco as well. Coming up on here onto the Birthday Brigade's plat to try and make something happen.
And the fact that Phantom is up there with that clam does not die to the bomb, which, by the way, is huge. They should take their... I can't believe I'm going to say it. They should take some time and get specials in mid and try and stabilize, because you can see how much pressure they were able to put up just to end up back on their own plat here. Thankfully, they're all still alive. They still have excellent control of the clam economy. They have a squid advantage. They have 4 specials. Oh, you know, I was just gonna say I don't want to ever see the Kraken cheese again, and there we go. Yeah, okay, so my problem with that, with the Kraken cheese, is you pop Kraken, that's a signal to the enemy team to push everybody else but you, and that's exactly what happened. You have Ichi popping the Kraken, Birthday Brigade says, we know what you're up to, and pushes in, and look how much momentum they have managed to get off of that.
Yeah, I think especially, it's basically, it turns into a 3v4 when somebody goes to Kraken into their base, because if you just take out the rest of the members, then there's no ball to jump into them, like you said.
Recycling.
The members of Birthday Brigade here are going to hop up onto their plat, get that... Oh, and they're going to crab here on the grates of the spinner, which is going to be huge. That wall is not going to stop that crab for much longer. Getting all the way down to 40 remaining. That Tri-Slosher and Shot are going to come in to get some more clams here. Revo here gets rid of Lucio here on the Wiper, which is going to be huge. And they freaking KO'd. What the heck?
Yeah. What the heck, Grace? We saw it happen right before our eyes. Birthday Brigade really showing that they knew how to step on it when they needed to. Exactly as you said about the Humpback Aid. When they wanted the push, they were pushing. Persistence taking their time, getting all of their specials, waiting for the perfect moment, but when the enemy team is just going to run at you, that perfect moment's never going to come. Birthday Brigade coming out on top.
Indeed. I think that they were playing more aggressive, and I was happy to see that from Persistence, but they just maybe put a little too many eggs into the Kraken cheese basket, I would say. I think that was a lot of their downfall that we saw, because a play like that can be really devastating if you let all of your teammates go down because you're in their base trying to Kraken, and then you look behind you and you're like, where'd everyone else go? It's like, because you left them and they died, so that stinks.
Yeah, it's a gambit, if you want to use the chess term for it. You pop Kraken, but, you know, there is counterplay to it. I know certain people like to, it's funny that when Low Level was complaining about Kraken cheese, High Level said it was a skill issue, but when High Level has problems with Kraken cheese, suddenly it's a game design issue. There is counterplay, and we saw that brilliantly from Birthday Brigade. Kraken comes out, okay, we're gonna push in, because now your Kraken is no longer near your teammates. It's trying to set something up on the far side of the map. It's running for it. As you said, they walk into a 4v3, clean up, then the last player is left alone and staggered. Brilliant counterplay there from Birthday Brigade. I'm very pleased with their play, Grace.
I am also very pleased. I like it when people see through plans, like they're just like completely rip apart the plan and just go for it. And I think Birthday Brigade was like it happened in the beginning of the match, but they also kind of stopped the crack and cheese from happening in the beginning as well. So
Yes.
listen. It is sad to see Persistence go. They are going to be in the third place match against Tapwater, which I will be attentively waiting the results of that. But I am happy, very happy to see Birthday Brigade versus Eggshells here in the grand finals.
You know, my goats, Eggshells. I may or may not have been DMing Soko during our break earlier. Who is not playing today, unfortunately. Soko's usually the one that's haranguing me in the DMs. But this is the set that I'm excited for. Eggshells, I feel like, has grown and evolved so much over the course of this season, and it's been a phenomenal thing to watch. Aside, speaking of Soko, I just gotta see. If we get to game 4, I'm playing. Let's go. We remember P leader, Red on the E leader, BB on that foil squeezer. So I think Ray's. I'm winning this one. Ray's gonna have to tweet. And just at least ballpoint is just so fantastic. I can't wait to see more of it this set. I'm glad they're sticking around, and I can't gas him enough, but Narco is one of the smartest players I've ever met. Very intuitive, very questioning, very analytical, and I think we saw it with that shark for the Rainmaker in order to bait out the members of Persistence, and for the rest of Birthday Brigade to catch them in the rotate. Just phenomenal. I can't wait. I'm excited, Grace. This is going to be a banger set. I'm so excited to commentate this with you.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to commentate this with you. This is so crazy.
My god.
Oh my god. But I'm also very, very excited that the fact that game 1 is freaking Tower Control and Inkblot Art Academy. I think this map mode is the bane of my existence, but also it's so fun to watch and commentate over. I think it's so fast, so fun, because this is something that we've been super acquainted with for years because of Splatoon 2, because it's always been competitively like well accepted, I guess, quote unquote viable, whatever that is nowadays. But this has always been a constant for us, Inkblot TC. So happy to see it. I hope to see the ballpoint again, like you mentioned, ballpoints, because I think that it's very crucial when you're going to run such a very fast-paced comp, like a lot of shooters, and you have the ballpoint that kind of reels you back in slightly, but is also ready to get the jump on your opponents when you need them to.
Absolutely. We're gonna get back down to Skepidillions breaks down map theory again. Hold up. On this next installment, we talk about Tower Control, Inkblot Art Academy. As you mentioned, a very familiar map mode. And I feel like we've had a lot of time as a scene to discuss how to exploit it. We're gonna get to that right here. I have been taught. I have my own theories as to why this is, but to view Tower Control Inkblot as a map of stages, do you have control of your back? Check. Do you have control of your plat? Check. If you have control of your plat but not control of mid, you are in disadvantage, right? You have less space. Conversely, if you have control of their plat, but not their bats, your advantage is minimal. You're going to have a harder time pushing that tower. You're not going to be as successful as if you have control of 1, 2, 3. Bat, plat, mid, plat, bats. That symmetry, obviously it's Splatoon, it's symmetrical, but you can, on Tower Control Inkblot, you can see advantage state shift vertically across the map. It's beautiful. It is a map mode that favors chip. You're talking your Rapid Blaster Gecko, you're talking your Vanilla Ballpoint, your Inkjets, your chip, your missiles, anything that will cause the opponent to cluster and coagulate and make themselves susceptible to that chip. You have options to counteract that chip, right? You can flank through that left side, you can go around through left tree. If my favorite flank in the game is that left tree flank as my opponents are rounding that first checkpoint. If they're not watching their tail feathers, they're gonna get it. So I'm excited to see how both of these teams utilize not just Chip with that inkjet and that crab coming out from Birthday Brigade, but that new special, the foil squeezer coming out from BB. Let's go, Ray.
An opening snipe here from Red, aka P Leader, the name of all time, is gonna really set off this set. I mean, this is an amazing opening here. We're gonna see these strikes come out as well, kind of stagnating members of Birthday Brigade, trying to push them back. Eggshells wants to get a push in here. They are gonna take out the ballpoint, which is great, but the Enzop just came off of respawn. The shot just went down as well, but they have coolers, so, you know, maybe it doesn't even matter.
That's the advantage of cooler, right? You get a nice pick with that leader. Doesn't matter. Narco showing, getting onto that battle. Here we go. We see that Eggshells has control of that left side, but they're rather clumped up there. They use that wall to stabilize their position on this left point. The inkjet comes out, but the inkjet's being pushed back by the wall. Ellie going down. Eggshells maintaining their control here, and they're gonna start pushing off it, Grace.
That wall is just so amazing. Another great snipe here by Red as well. I mean, the screen is just so amazing at zoning out members as well as helping with the chip a little bit, I would say, putting the members of Birthday Brigade at a huge disadvantage, especially when we haven't seen this special that much. It just came out. It can be really hard to think of some counterplays here. We are going to see the members of Eggshells try and make a push happen. That wall is going to pop as well, but and as well as the strikes are going to pop, but Birthday Brigade has a few specials of their own in that inkjet that's going to kind of stagnate their push and push it back.
And Eggshells going down, 1 to a bomb, 2 to Narco. Narco does get picked by Red with that E-Leader, the Wave Breaker out. We're seeing a lot of picks and not a lot of momentum happening. Teams both struggling to take control of physical territory. You can see Birthday Brigade grouped up on that right plat, but Yuma coming around that right side does get the pick. It's just Asan left standing. Eggshells once again in control, but are they going to be able to get near that second checkpoint?
Listen, I hope so. We do see their ballpoint here is kind of forced to inkjet pretty close into their backs to try to maintain it. Those strikes are going to come out, alienating them a little bit from their teammates, and everyone around them gets taken out. That's basically a wipe there, a delayed wipe, might I say, Skep. The cooler's going to pop as well, and P-Leader here has a pretty nice hold on this tower. It's going to be hard to approach them.
1, 2, 3 mid-plat backs. We can see the outcome of that and how it sped up Eggshells push. They are on that third checkpoint. They are 2 down, but BB still up there fighting, knowing that any trades that they take here buy their team time to come out of spawn. And look, the leader's already in position watching that right stack. Gets a stun! Crazy shot.
Listen, Red here, it has been such an amazing force in really stabilizing Eggshells. I mean, we saw it in the sets before that were on stream that we commentated together, Skep, but it's just so exciting to see here against a really aggressive team on the side of the Birthday Brigade, and it's been going really great for them. I mean, we see that that's a delayed 3-down situation for the side of Birthday Brigade. BB here is going to keep pushing up. That wall is ready. I'm interested to see how it's going to look as I say that on the bats. And it really helps to kind of protect the tower and also give the members of Eggshells room to work with.
And their Yuma in control of that bats again. Doesn't really have room to retreat though. There's not a stable amount of paint. But Eggshells doesn't need to keep pushing. They just need to float realistically here. Get a stray pick here or there. Keep Birthday Brigade out of mid. They lose Red. There goes Eggshells stability. BB going to have to back, but their Zap does pop that cooler on that left side. It is now a moment to feed to win as Birthday Brigade is 2 down.
Yeesh. Make that, I think, delayed 3 down though. Asan is going to take out, I mean, the squeezer on the side of Eggshells, which is going to be huge for them. But Yuma here is still in their bats now that I say that Asan has taken them out. But they could not quite take out CJ here before getting taken out themselves. But this is not going to stop P-Leader and BB from pushing up this tower here. Yuma's going to come back in together to try and make something happen a little bit here by this second checkpoint area, which they have already cleared. But it is still going to be quite tough for them to, I would like to say that, it's going to be tough for them to break into their plat there, but that wall is going to help. The squeezer is going to go down those Skep, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see if they can still make a push happen.
At this point, I am a little concerned, right? Eggshells comp favors stability. It favors don't push into me. They have that leader. They have that foil squeezer. They have that scream that is going to make teams hesitate on their push. And Birthday Brigade has 20 seconds remaining. Yuma coming in for the flank. Doesn't get the pick on the crab. That is huge for Birthday Brigade. Now in a 3v3 situation. But Red, oh my gosh, can you believe how aggressively they're playing?
Listen, I can believe it because the members of Eggshells are doing such an amazing job supporting that E-leader and making sure that they are in a safe position to hop on that tower there and completely stop any resemblance of overtime there for Birthday Brigade. Eggshells is going to win this first game here. Sorry, it's just a TC Tower. TC Inkblood, very convincingly. It was a pretty aggressive game.
The Red going nuts on that leader. Just watching them get set up on that right side of the map from the overhead, seeing the Tri-Slasher drop into mid. In my head, I'm like, that Tri-Slasher's going down and the ballpoint might too. Just sometimes you see a player with such command over their weapon. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. That being said, I did mention earlier, Birthday Brigade, incredibly smart players. They're up against a new threat. They're up against that foil squeezer. They're smart enough to figure this out here, Grace. I do think, of course, like with any team, a new weapon, especially one as such a oppressive main weapon in the foil squeezer, would give any team pause. The question for me is how quickly can they counteract that foil squeezer that's going to prevent them from pushing in, while also acknowledging that they need to be displacing that oppressive E-leader.
Yeah, and especially like we talked about before, where they combo together so well, where it can block the line of your sight of where the E-leader is. It also pairs really well with that wave breaker. Mm-hmm. They're a match made in heaven, quite romantically, might I say. But it's really tough for you to find your footing against a team that can just kind of throw all of that at you, and especially like we said, it's a new force that we have to be reckoning with.
Right. It is Rainmaker though. I do think a faster tempo comp is favored here, but the team that had their ducks in a row that was playing that faster tempo was Eggshells. So Birthday Brigade, I really want to see what they can do here. Once again, with that crab, we do notice that Eggshells, though, not bringing out that foil squeezer.
They broke the romance that we were forming for them. This is very upsetting. But I'm still here for it. I believe that is the spider scope, right? I think I do see a scope on that.
I do see a scope,
which is very interesting. They are going to get 2 picks here right at the start. I think that was a bomb. I mean, for Narco at least. But Asan here does not want to let them get that Rainmaker for too long to keep that in their clutches. So they are going to kill the Rainmaker here in mid. But there's 2 members of Birthday Brigade down right now. And they don't have their ballpoint up, which is going to be most of their range, most of their pushback power against a lot of these aggressive weapons.
And there is 2 members of Birthday Brigade on site, but that Rainmaker taking pot shots behind it. It is just Eli left standing. CJ trying to go in for the dunk, but the ballpoint painting their feet from that top right. The checkpoint is broken. Now we are at the snowball point, Grace. They have control of that elbow. They have a decent amount of paint in front of them, but and a back coming out. They do lose the Rainmaker. Fantastic cleanup with from Birthday Brigade here.
Cleanup indeed. BG's the only one left here, kind of getting into a little bit of a fight with Revo, getting taken out with the bomb. That's gotta hurt from Narco there. I mean, this is definitely Birthday Brigade's chance though to kind of push up. They clean them out of their pillow there. They don't have the Rainmaker quite yet in their clutches, but they do want to go for this pop. But Eggshells might not let them.
No, they're gonna get this. They have Inkjet, they have Zuka ready to go. I want to see them get them some picks on the table. The Tri-Slasher did get Cooler out, so they'll be back very shortly. Narco does manage to trade the Tri-Slasher out. They still have 2 specials ready to go, Grace. It's time for them to get their feet shuffling across that mid. Here comes the Inkjet. I bet you any second they're gonna grab that Rainmaker. Grace. I'm in pain.
I am also in pain. I mean, that was 2 members of Birthday Brigade that went down. I mean, while Eli here was on the Inkjet, we do see Baby go down there, which is going to be helpful for them in retaining mid, but I don't know if they see that Yuma's still sharking around in this corner. Oh, we see them kind of fighting over here with Revo, and they are going to go down, which is really going to help them secure this checkpoint. And they make that 3 down skep, and they crack it.
Okay, they managed to do it, Grace. I was a little nervous there. 2 members on the side of Birthday Brigade, but this is an easy lead to pull if they just step on it. 43 remaining. That is a lead, but with 2.5 minutes still on the clock, I wouldn't say that that's something to feel comfortable in. Birthday Brigade gonna have to keep trying to push that Rainmaker forward if they really want to feel secure here.
Narco's bombs here have been on point. I've seen a few kills thus far. Revo here just barely running away from that Booyah bomb, which is really going to help them in trying to keep mid maintained right now. I mean, they just got that pop though, make that 2 members down though on the side of Eggshell. They do get trade out 2 members on the side of Birthday Brigade as well. It is a bloodbath going on here in mid right now, Skep.
Every single time, I think there's going to be some momentum, some opportunity to push. Somebody goes down to a stray bomb. I'm having flashbacks. It's over for me, Grace. Carry on.
I mean, Revo here, I think, just killed a member. I think that was on the scope there, P leader, with a bomb on that wall, which again has got to sting. BB here is going to go down as well, but now make that 2 down on the side of Birthday Brigade. Again, not having their ball point up to stop the really aggressive members from coming in. As I say that though, Narco is going to sniff out the members trying to run for that Rainmaker and stop them in their tracks. It's going to reset back into mid, and we're back at a neutral state.
You know, if a push of 43 remaining wins the map on the Black Belly skate park of Splatoon 3, I will be surprised. But so that being said, Birthday Brigade is trying to get another push going. They have a delayed 3 down. This is an opportunity here for to extend their lead. And as this clock ticks down, the further up they manage to get, the further they shift the battle lines, the more comfortable they can feel. That's 36 remaining. They get past the pillow. Now is the point where I'm just like, okay. Let's paint. Let's get specials. Let's chuck bomb. Let's let Eggshells make the mistakes.
I don't think Narco here wants Birthday Brigade to make any mistakes here, though. And I mean, oh my god, I thought they fell off the map. That was literally so scary. Yuma here is going to try to do a little fight here with Narco, but Narco's going to come out on top. And 2 members, I mean, of Eggshells are down right now. Narco wants to maybe do a little bit of a flank, as I say that they are going to go back into mid. P-Leader here with the Rainmaker is trying to rain fire into mid, but it's not quite working for them just yet.
Don't worry, Narco has the cooler. He's going to be coming out of spawn with that Zuka. Remember that Eggshells needs to get past that pillow in their court. Narco holding on to that Zuka. Look at this. Birthday Brigade holding on to every special that they have, waiting for Eggshells to ever so slightly overextend. They're going to back up into mid. The Inkjet is out there firing at that fish. Remember, the fish has a timer. They have to get there within, honestly, at this point, 40 seconds. Jumps coming in from Eggshells. They're finding themselves in mid. Genuinely, Eggshells either needs a triple or a miracle to find themselves out of this one, Grace. Stray bombs, stray specials, another Zuka coming out from Narco. With the San here, with the Rainmaker in elbow, it's GG! The beautiful lineup from Narco from that plat. What a shot! Birthday Brigade played that perfectly, patiently, controlled. They got the specials when they needed to. They forced Eggshells back into mid. A masterclass.
That, honestly, a very amazing way to wrap that up, Skep. A masterclass, indeed, indeed. I, honestly, as soon as Narco popped that Zuka and it didn't quite get the Rainmaker there in mid, like right when they had about 40 seconds remaining on that Rainmaker, I thought to myself, I wonder if they're going to be able to stall out the Rainmaker until Narco gets another one, or they just get another special. And they did it really well. I wonder if that was their game plan. Maybe they were playing off of that. And it's really smart because, I mean, as soon as Narco gets that Zuka, it's over.
I can't talk enough about Eli and Narco. This core duo. Did I mention they're looking for teammates? This core duo of just when you have a pair like that you play with from pickup to project, over and over, you develop this trust and this synergy with one another. And realistically, when I saw that Inkjet and that Zuka pushing the Rainmaker back to mid, the Eggshell was doing everything they could. They were keeping the Rainmaker alive. They were getting jumps in. But in that moment, so they were in elbow. They had to back up to mid. We talk about breaking choke point to choke point. Birthday Brigade forced Eggshells out of it. They said, take it again. You just burned everything you had to get there to begin with. Take it again. We're still in control. Oh, by the way, we're bombing every 2 meters. Step forward. Try. I dare you. And Narco, I can picture it in my head. He knew what he had to do. He comes out of spawn, paint everywhere. You know, like that made me smile, honestly. After the slugfest that was Tower Control Inkblood Art Academy, the bloodbath in mid for 2 minutes in that opening before Eggshells just said, "We're taking your plats, we're taking your bats, you're taking an L." And for Birthday Brigade to just say, ratio, see you on Twitter. I love it. It's gonna be a good set, Grace. I'm ready.
I'm also ready. I have a big old smile on my face right now, Skip.
Me too.
Going into game 3, though, they are 1-1. It is going to be Clan Blitz on the ever so lovely Crab Leg capital here. I am interested to see if we see that little lovely romantic combo again, and we do. We do see it come back here. You can add another tally to your list.
I just did. Let's remind people what the stakes are, not raising mine. I mean Eggshells and Birthday Brigade. Both of these teams, they've qualified for finals of SAC. They are in. They are ready to go. What matters here is whoever wins this set has a bye. The first round of finals. They have one less round to play, one less round to duke it out, one less round to sweat in order to come out on top for all of Season 8, Grace. They're fighting for a lot here.
And I'm sure the gravity of that situation is kind of setting into them right now. Again, we see quite a bit of a bloodbath like we saw, I mean, on both of those openings, on those 2 games earlier there, Skep. Yuma here is going to be Zuka-ing with the guys of this screen here, which is, again, such an amazing combo. They have these combos and synergies with the screen down really well.
It's, this combination is something that I wouldn't have originally anticipated coming out of screen. We saw Splashdown, we're like, Wavebreaker, even more useless than you were before. But seeing this Wavebreaker with the screen coming out from Eggshells, this chip nightmare, this how do you react to something that you can't see? Phenomenal. Innovation, beautiful. Especially on this map that really, honestly, out of all the maps in the game, I'm like, maybe we'll see a Wavebreaker here. a crab leg.
Crab leg is, you're definitely right. I feel like I would see a Wavebreaker here more often than not. As I say that, though, there is just, again, many a bloodbath. I mean, Birthday Brigade here is going to go 3 down. Yuma's raining fire onto their plat with those with those Zuka shots. CJ doesn't quite get out of there alive after popping in that power clam. Yumi here wants to go for some more points, but they are struggling to get in. And I mean, the members of Birthday Brigade do not want to let them get any more points than they can dispose of.
Alright, this is giving me flashbacks. This is making me think of Inkblood. We have a opening 2-minute scrap fest to Eggshells getting some points on the board. We see the E-leader up on that top right. They do have that clam ready to go. That is the exact position on this map mode where you do not want an E-leader. This screen says try and displace us. Good luck. As Eggshells starts burning that Zuka, if they get any picks here, I think this is going to be a very good push for Eggshells.
I think the members of Birthday Brigade are not going to want to let them get those pushes. We see Narco kind of come in here to kind of draw their attention, which they're doing an amazing job of. 2 members of Eggshells are kind of over there in that corner trying to get rid of Narco because they know the danger that they pose. But that slows down their push a lot. I mean, Yuma can't quite get up onto this place to try to get... but the screen is going to pop as I say that, Skep, and they're going to score another power clam.
Not just a screen, but a stagger. Eggshells has been taking out Birthday Brigade one at a time, keeping them from formulating any kind of defense. We see Yuma, the excellent support player that they are, going back and getting more clams, but they're not going to have a jump to with this power clam. Are they? Are you kidding me? No! Wait!
Bruh. Skip. They got in that power clam, and I mean, they still have a pretty good control of mid with P-Leader here being able to pick people off. They just have to stay out of line of sight. That Wavebreaker being popped as well. I mean, they still have a pretty good hold on mid even after that amazing push.
The courage, the faith, the... meatball coming up from Yuma in order to get that power clam in. Imagine the screams in the VC, the I got it, let's go! You know what that kind of excitement sounds like from teams like this, the way they cheer each other on when they take risks. And Eggshells is coming on top in this game. with those risks.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they're even running a newer weapon with that screen on that squeezer just shows how ready they are to take those risks and how much that's really going to play into their success here. We saw it on Inkling, like you said, and we're seeing it again here. Their aggression is really something to marvel at. And I mean, we're 45 seconds left into this match here, Skep, and Birthday Brigade is really struggling to find their footing. They don't quite have mid. They have that inkjet, but it just went down, and Assam here is trying to get a pick, but they're struggling.
But they are, and that screen comes out, and it's going to stall their push. Asan is the only one with clams coming out from Birthday Brigade, and they do fall on that right side. Birthday Brigade has their work cut out for them. They have that Mercy clam to work with, but not only do they need picks, but they need the clam spawns to be in their favor. And with 2 members down, I just don't see how they're going to be able to gather them all that quickly without bleeding out a devastating push.
Yeah, I mean, we see no members currently up have clams on the side. Oh, they haven't
The
been
Mercy clam. Narco. Get the quad, Narco. I know you can do it. And it goes absolutely schmoving and schmixing on this map geometry, but does get caught in the crossfire between BB and another member of Eggshells. Eli coming out of spawn, having to back. Eggshells in their throats. They potentially could form a power clam right now and end overtime, but they don't need to. The timer runs out. We are 2-1 in favor of Eggshells over Birthday Brigade.
Oof. It, again, feels a lot like Inkblot. I mean, the coordination with the specials and the collapsing in on the members of Birthday Brigade was really amazing. I do want to give a big shout out, though, to Narco in the middle of that match when Eggshells was trying to make that really big push, and they kind of flanked around on the side and dropped, basically being like, look at me, ooh, like a big, with a big target on their back. And it did slow down Birthday Brigade's push, which I was surprised at. Or, excuse me, it did slow down Eggshell's push. I was surprised because I thought that they wouldn't really fall for the bait. But I guess when it's Narco, you have to.
You know, yeah. A player as courageous as they are smart. I can't gas that guy enough, you know. It's really just true. Grace, my heart is beating so hard. I wasn't expecting this morning, Grace. we're on set point. We're in tournament point on Splatzone's Hagglefish. The cookie cutter. You're starting a scrim. You start on Splatzone's Hagglefish. This is
that is so true.
That is familiar to every single person in this lobby, including our beloved Elemental on SpecCam.
And something that may also be familiar to you that will be coming out for sure in this game 4, if you remember, is our friend Soko.
Oh my god.
Oh my
You're
god.
right. Our beloved Soko. For context, if you're just tuning in, if you don't know anything about the SAC podcast, we took surveys from every team that plays SAC. You have to fill out a team survey. Eggshells was one of the first teams to do so. And so we were able to talk about them that first SAC podcast before we started DQing people who didn't fill out the form. And I just adore them so much. They're always loud in chat. They're always watching the podcast. They just seem like giant goofballs that are here to have a good time. And they're here. I've been rooting for them this whole season, lovingly. Keeping an eye on them. We streamed them a couple of times, and they've always flopped when we put them on air. I'm gonna be real. So to see them here, you know, seeing that we weren't cursing them with having an additional player in the lobby, cursing them with the stage fright. Are they gonna be able to do it here, though? And also, Raze, there's no turning back. I win the bet. Haha. Whale Squeezer shows up most times on stream. Let's go.
That is indeed why we have been streaming Eggshells so much. I kid. I joke.
No, I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know. I had no idea.
We are going to be seeing that lovely romantic duo again on the side of Eggshells with that foil squeezer and that E-leader that combo so well together. They already have a nice cap of the zone. Soko's gonna go down there, unfortunately, without actually trading out 2 members though. On the side of Birthday Brigade though, we see that's a bit delayed, 3 down actually. Narco here's trying to make something happen in the corner, and P-leader's like, my buddies can take care of that. They've got it, and they do indeed. It's already down to 50 remaining, Skep, on this zone, and it's looking like Eggshells know that it's match point and they want to get this over with.
They don't want to give Birthday Brigade a chance to get Narco a quad. So they are going to get the inkjet cancel on Eli. 2 down on the side of Birthday Brigade. It is just the dualies and the shot. The shot does have Zuka ready to go, but what they don't have is time. The cooler is out for Eggshells. Feed to win. Here we go. 7 seconds remaining. Narco trying to contest the zone. Does manage to neutralize it, but there's no one left to help him keep that zone neutral. Ellie's there. I take it back. Ellie the GOAT providing jumps in. They have this inkjet ready to go. And unbelievably, Birthday Brigade caps the zone. Grace, I can't believe it, and I'm out of breath.
I can't believe it either. I mean, getting all those jumps in, stalling it really helps, and it helps every bit that you can stop the zone from capping. I mean, we see this wall come out though, and I know Eli here is punching the floor like I do not want to go and get flashbanged by that screen, so I'm going to back up, and I agree with their decision there. But that makes sure that Eggshells can keep the zone here. I mean, what are you going to do against that screen?
Let's take a moment, breathe, collect ourselves. Birthday Brigade has bought themselves precious points, precious penalty points, and they do have that Zuka online. You gotta remember, this is a map mode that they know how to play. They've played this map mode 1,000 times. I have VOD reviewed this map mode with them. Okay, Eggshells 30 ticks remaining, Grace. I'm on the edge of my seat.
And I mean, they do have these specials pouring into the zone here, but none of which are really going to help them paint it. That inkjet is going to get taken out. We see BB here maintaining it here, and they're just going to keep scoring. But 3 members are going to go down on the side of Eggshells. We see Yumi here trying to jump in, help with their E-leader, and they are going to get a pick, which is going to be huge. They're going to try to go in for another pick. They don't quite find it, though, and the zone is going to flip back to Birthday Brigade. Oh, my lord.
You can get the pick, but can you stop the paint? Birthday Brigade about to clear those penalty points. They are almost at that inkjet. They are almost at that Zuka. The meta-defining specials that they are against the new screen. Oh no! They lose the Zuka, but they managed to clear the penalties points. So here on out, any points that they manage to keep is theirs. Remember, it is zone. It is Splatoon. 2 minutes remaining. This can still go to Birthday Brigade.
Eli here on this inkjet is trying to make something happen in mid, maybe get a pick, maybe support their teammates in getting a pick themselves, but they don't quite find any. No cigar. Yuma here is going to try to get them, and they do. They get them right off of the recon. They're going to go right back to that zone to defend it because they just have to rip through this penalty, and then they can start scoring. 5 remaining if they can get through that penalty step, and it'll go quick.
I think these specials are a little bit early. The strikes come out. They're not going to have anything to hold on the zone. They lose the T-Tech. They lose the E-leader. The screen is already so far up, and Birthday Brigade does have Squid Advantage, but BB gets the pick on Narco. Can they get Revo? They don't. Can Revo neutralize the zone in time? They do. Assad is there to pick the zone. They have this crap ready to go, but can Revo and Assad manage to cap this zone? They do. They can't keep doing this to me, Grace.
I'm having heart palpitations. Not good for me, Skep. Something is happening.
Another chance for Birthday Brigade to clear these penalty points. They have that cooler out now as an opportunity to feed. They have this inkjet coming up. Look how beautiful and clean this inkjet is from LA. If they could get the pick here on red, they could start to feel a little cozy with their teammates, but they don't. Their jump is not camps, but red in that zone. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? What? Yes! They're gonna get a triple there, Eli. What are you doing? That was amazing.
Whatever that squid ate for breakfast needs to be on my plate for dinner tonight. I cannot believe it. Birthday Brigade absolutely refusing to go down. They have 3 ticks left to clear penalty, but Eggshells looks like they're going to have a relatively clean lock into the zone here. They do. Birthday Brigade does need to counter cap, and they need to do it soon. The strikes come out. They stall that out. A wipe for Eggshells to close out our qualifiers for SAC Season 8, taking Qualifier 4's top seed in our finals. I am breathless.
That was That was crazy. I mean, we saw how amazing their hold was
Oh
on the
my
side of
God.
Eggshells in the beginning, and I was thinking like, oh man, that kind of stinks. Like, I hope it's not like a complete sweep, and it wasn't. I mean, Birthday Brigade, they were kicking and screaming. They were not gonna let that game go without a fight.
Hello? I need a moment to breathe. My brain is signaling the low oxygen alarm. Oh my. Every single time I thought Eggshells was gonna take it and just be done with it. And just say, we're taking the tournament. Like, here you go. See you next week in finals. We'll clap you then too. Every single time I thought that was going to happen, Birthday Brigade said, nah, ratio. We're still in this. Don't count us out. That triple from Ellie, the fact that they didn't clear the Inkjet's recall, and Ellie comes in from behind and Red's looking right at them. Like the laser is pointed right at the ballpoint. And Ellie's just ducking and weaving around that block in that court. Oh my lord. What the heck?
Oh.
I can't believe it. I mentioned they're looking for teammates. Squids and Octos.
That was, oh my gosh, that was amazing from both teams there. I mean, like you said, but I mean, I'm happy that it was so back and forth, and I think that it's going to be even more back and forth if they do face each other again in the finals, which could maybe possibly happen.
I have news.
Oh my god.
Eggshells dropped one game this qualifier.
And it was
singular game.
And it was Birthday Brigade.
Let's just recollect what we're talking about for this season, right? This is a team that was skirting by to get into finals by their wildcard points. A team that we expected to see in Top Cut, but could they close it out? I'm in disbelief. No, that's the wrong word. I am astounded that this is where we ended up for finals. Next week's gonna be banger set after banger set. I can't even imagine.
And I will be tuned in. I will be sat and watching.
And by the way, Soko from Eggshells, that last game, 23-5 in a grand finals against skilled and respectable opponents. Opponents that anyone should take seriously. These are not gamers to sleep on. This is SAC. 23-5. And it was their first game of the entire tournament. Why were you keeping your carry out of the game?
Their secret weapon.
When you just wait to pull out the God Zap at the end of the tournament? Jeez.
They had to marinate and fully transcend their power. That's why.
Yeah. They waited to be called, to be summoned. And this is the new data that we have coming out. Thanks, Nintendo. No, seriously, this is very cool. You can see how close Eggshells gets to that KO so early in the game, and Birthday Brigade just clawing back, just refusing to let go, just taking an inch, every grasp that they could, and honestly, getting scarily close to a Game 5. What a way to end it. Both of these teams, remember, we're gonna see them in finals. There might be a rematch here, Grace.
I would love to see a rematch here, especially because they, on the side of Birthday Brigade, I mean, they have more time to think about how they can counter Screen, what they can do against those specials that pair so well with Screen, and the E-Leader, the Zuka, coming out from behind that Screen. I think that will help them really find their footing. And they almost did here. I mean, we saw them, they took a game from Eggshells, and it was a pretty convincing game. They did really amazingly on that Rainmaker game there on Scorch Gorge. So, listen, both of these teams, amazing potential. I'm so happy that we're gonna see them both in the finals.
too.
I mean,
Me
that's so cool. And I
Yeah.
hope we see a lot more moments here from Asan, Ellie, Revo, Narco. They all did so amazingly, and of course the members of Eggshells as well, because they won the dang thing.
What's gonna be so exciting about, keep in mind, this season of SAC was it had a moment. It had a moment to chill and evolve, and let's remember that we started with Qualifier 1. A lot of our Division 1 teams that at the time were eligible played in SAC Qualifier 1. And, it's not the final reckoning coming out on top over Velocity and Octopi. Let's not forget that, right? Velocity's gonna be there. Captain Happy Crew, the team that couldn't clutch up until they could, elongated, dear friends of mine. Finals is going to be something. All of these teams had time to practice these maps, evolve, get to know each other, and this is I'm so proud. This is my first season of SAC as a head TO, and to be looking at these teams that assembled, I'm just filled with pride, and I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's get the show on the road, Grace. Chop chop.
Oh my gosh, chop chop.
So, without further ado, Grace, where can the good people find you?
Oh my gosh, where can the good people find me? You can find me normally and sometimes sane on Twitter at Tubnug, Tubnug, and also on Blue Sky at Tubnug on Blue Sky. But where can the lovely people find you, Skip?
You can find me on Twitter reveling over Raze that I was right that Foil Squeezer would be the top picked new weapon this qualifier. On Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at Skepidillions. You can also find me eagerly cheering on all of our finalists next week, right back here in IPL for the finals of SAC Season 8. See you soon, and stay fresh.